I know. It's like, what happened to Chris being here when the live started? You know? What's up with that? No, I'm just kidding. He'll be in here in just a minute. Um, I want to say hello to a few people. And there is Brother Troy. 2 hours to go and still here 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. Then there is Lori's prepping for heaven. Hi, Lori. How are you? I'll be back. 30 minutes ago to showtime. Ooh. Then there's Chris, Texas Raider. Hi, Chris. It's 25 minutes to go. Hello, howdy. Thank you so much for coming in so early. Exeter. Hi, how are you? 3 hours ago, just didn't say anything. What? You were in here 3 hours ago? Y'all are so amazing. Thank you so much. Yes. So y'all were having a conversation. I was seeing that. Yep. You got some toddlers in the house. I see that. Let me see. Gotta say hello to everybody. Let's see. There is Heather, Heaven's Fire. Hi, Heather. How are you? Then there is Peter. Hi, Peter. Then we have Faith, aka Grumpy. She's in the other room. Hi, Lauren. So happy to see you tonight. I miss you when you don't talk all the time. Aw, I'm here. Okay, so I heard this from Jennifer. What you mean no more seeds till April? I didn't say till April. I said March, okay? And here it is. We're in the month of March, okay? We are. So just bear with me. Okay? You and Jennifer, I love you both. I love you both. So be patient. Annabor, hi. How are you? I'll be back after Sergeant Talk, okay? I will see you when you get out. And then there's Bowen. Hi, Bowen. Then there's Miss Arlene. Hi, Miss Arlene. How are you? Everybody saying hi to each other. I missed last week because of all the power outages. We missed our Wednesday live last week with with me and Lauren in the kitchen, and it was due to power outages. So yeah. So just be patient. They will come back. Yeah. They'll be back. At least she admits she's grumpy. Right? Right? Dude, I have been thinking about you so much. I'm like, where is this guy at? How are you? Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Man, dude, I really was thinking about you. I was like, dude, where is this guy at? So I am so glad to see you in chat. And then let's see. We love you too. That's why it's why we're gonna rag on you. It's family number one. That's right. That is right. There's Treasure Hunter Neil. Hi, Neil. How are you? Everybody's saying hello. There is Beth. Hi, Beth. Hey, Roger is inside the chat.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, where have you been? How's the doggy, Mr. Diesel? And then Alori is saying hello to everyone. Hello, everybody. Bowen is saying, there is Chris right here. Let's see. The week has not been right since we missed. I know, right? It has been really crazy busy. And it just doesn't feel right. I was lost on days and I was like, this is not going to happen next week. We are going to have this thing. Yeah. So I'm good. Thanks. Been really busy. Not enough time in the day. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Hi, Ginger. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Man, look at this chat going. I know. I hope I don't miss anyone. Everybody's saying hello to you, babe. Wait. Hold on a second, everyone. Ginger beat Joey, right? Diesel and Gunner doing great. Aw. There's Gail, Southern Living. Hi, how are you? I thought I saw you in my town the other day. Nope, that wasn't me. Now, I do have some cousins that live in Breckenridge. I'm telling you right now, there's some cousins in there. You already know my aunt, which is crazy, y'all. If y'all didn't know, me and Gail, um, she knows my aunt, like my actual aunt. It's crazy.
As opposed to your not actual.
Yeah, not like well, because I have a lot of the ladies inside the community that I'm like, oh, that could be my auntie, you know? Yeah. Brother Troy Sutton saying, "Sup, Chris?" How's the cabinet wood building going, Amy? Hey, it has gone great. I absolutely love my rustic looking, yeah, my rustic looking wood back there. I'm telling you, I've seen several channels doing the structure. I don't know what to call it. It's just a structure, I guess, or a pin.
It's a goat pin.
It's a goat pin. But I've seen a lot of other channels now doing it. I think I really like it. It came out better than I thought. This one, by the way, like I said in my video, um, I was afraid to see, what he would say on doing pallets and stuff because OCD, and like he said, it went out the window when he started building the whole thing out of, yeah, pallets. So, yeah. Oh, Lord. Did you see the weather for tomorrow? Not gonna stop us. Exactly, Lauren. Exactly. We're gonna go in. We're gonna make it happy.
It won't be bad here. They said
happen. It's gonna happen.
If it rains tomorrow, it'll be south and east of us. If it on any of the severe stuff. So it should be south of her too.
We have more storms coming in, Lauren. Meaning by next week, you all get it too. Listen, we're gonna, yeah. Breck, as in Colorado, prayers outbound. No. Nope. It's not Colorado, Texas. I hung out at her house a lot. That's crazy. I cannot keep up. Dang, I know, right? The chat is flying.
Lori.
Yep, my Aunt Lori. Yep. What's keeping up, Lauren? Let's see. I'm gonna say hi. Yeah, yay! Then it will hit us. Woohoo! Hi, Ace. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Well, thank you guys for all coming in. If I missed somebody, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to. Just leave another comment. Yeah, just leave another comment. To all I missed. Yeah. I don't know. It's been a busy week with the new grandbaby coming.
Only Tuesday.
It feels like a week. It feels like a week. I'm telling you, it feels like a week. Well, it has been a week since the last time I was here.
Yeah.
It's been, now we have that new grandbaby. He's doing good. Mama's doing good. But the rest of this week, is going to be filled with lives and appointments all until Friday. I'm telling you. Hope all is well. I have a lot of catching up to do. Right? Yes, you do. But yeah, with having two daughters that were pregnant, all of them, all their appointments getting close together. Now Maribel's had baby boy. She still has her appointment Friday.
More appointments now at the baby hole.
Baby has his appointments. So yeah, it's been really crazy. Ark Wildman Survival. Hi. Let's see. I finished our taxes. The rest of the week is Happy Town. Well, there you go. Nothing like doing them taxes, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it at all. More grandbabies. How exciting. Yeah.
We still got one more coming.
We have 4 now. And one more on the way, because Grumpy, Faith A.K. Grumpy, is due in July. She's having a little girl.
Baby Grumpy.
Yeah, a baby Grumpy. So, yeah, it's better when you get a refund, right, Ark? That would be nice. That would be nice. New Horizons Above and Beyond. Hello, hello, and welcome in. Welcome in. Y'all, I am so excited that, we have that we have people in here and are consistent in being here in this chat and making us feel amazing. Who are you watching?
Well, Sergeant talking about disability.
We have a huge refund coming. We started out, we were going to owe a few thousand. I'm happy. What? Congratulations. That's awesome. I meant to check to see if we were getting our refund tomorrow. I hope so. Ooh, I hope you do too. I'm still here just listening, eating my popcorn. Faith, I already ate all my popcorn. That's right. Blessed to Crochet. Hi, how are you tonight? I feel attacked. We are starting our first homestead very soon. That is awesome. That is awesome. Can't wait to see. Can't wait to see. I can't stay long. I just want to say thank everyone for their support and love. My aunt went to be with the Lord on Sunday. I saw that. Yeah. Prayers for your family. And I'm so sorry for your loss. That, my heart goes out to you and your family. Absolutely. So we're sending prayers. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. That's right. There's Tina and Eric, Rainy Ridge. Hello, hello. How are you? May she rest in peace and find good life in the next bless. Yep. Absolutely. Everybody's sending prayers for you, Blessed to Crochet. Like I said, I saw your post and my heart sank. It's never easy losing a family member. Absolutely not. Let's see. Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Hello, Glitter and Sparkles. Hello, hello. Yes, he did. He already ragged on me, Jennifer. Yep, he absolutely did. It was all about the seeds, and yep, he let me have it. So, y'all, I did put a community post showing baby boy, and he's just so tiny. He's so tiny. Oh, let's see. Just saving time, LOL. She's saying, good job. She was a fighter till the end. There's a picture of her holding her daughter's hand, and she even had her nails done. Aw, that was my aunt, sassy and full of life. That's amazing. He's cute. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're starting in it here in the next month before I go to my big trip to Illinois. Whoop whoop.
Where are
they at? New Horizons, Above and Beyond. Where exactly are y'all?
Well,
not exactly. Not exactly where you are.
We don't need latitude and longitude.
We don't.
General vicinity.
Yeah.
Like ballpark it.
Yeah, just ballpark.
State.
We're in Oklahoma. There. Yeah. We're in Oklahoma. Hi, Scotty. Your aunt or aunt? Let's see. Shall we go ahead and invite? Y'all, we are getting so excited. Let me do this first. Boom. Scrolling at the bottom of the screen, April 25th, 26th, and 27th, Cherokee Landing.
The tickers, like I said.
I figured it out, but it couldn't be during the live.
You can't do it.
No.
Yeah, you have to do it pre. Yeah, that's what I figured.
We already have our sites booked. We already have a camper reserved. Cannot wait to do this. It's gonna be so awesome.
I'm playing horseshoes this year.
Yeah.
There
you go. If you plan on coming, please RSVP to 10 Killer YT Meetup at gmail.com. That way our lovely friend and family Christine can write that down, and that way she knows who's all coming, because it'll help us out. And then for 10 Killer 10 Killer t-shirts, go to Get 'em Farms Bonfire, and there's so many colors, so many designs. Not designs, but like
they got hoodies.
Yeah, they got hoodies, they got shirts,
they got lady shirts, and they have tanks this time.
They do.
I don't think they did last time. They just had t-shirts.
So go order yours, even if you're not coming. It still puts it out there, and we want to make this fun. We really want this to be fun. I did share on the community page. It's all going around. Where the itinerary basically of what's going to happen for at the meetup.
I wouldn't say it's a loose itinerary. I mean, what it says is what we're going to do, but you don't have. It's not like a bed and breakfast where they're like all about the itinerary. It's like, this is what's happening.
This is what's happening.
If you want to participate, then great. If you want to go into town and do the Red Fern Festival,
there's a Red Fern Festival going on.
You don't have to do any of it, but we're just letting you know what's going to be happening and when, so that you can plan accordingly.
Let's see. Hold on. Whoop.
Yeah, you got.
I got way behind. What is this? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay, I think I caught to where I was. We're going to Grafton, Illinois for my birthday next month. We'll be going live there. Whoa.
Back up a little bit.
Where?
Keep going.
I already read that because I said your aunt or aunt.
Okay.
Yeah, already read that.
You don't even know what I was looking at. Just
10 Killer is going to be so fun. I agree. I absolutely agree. I got something better, Amy. What? We got our campsite for 10 Killer. That is awesome, Neil. Great. Is Gibbs coming, Amy? No, he's not. He's staying here on the homestead. So yeah. And there you go. You can keep track of the meetups there as well. Too many people on this chat. I can't keep up. Oh, Miss Jennifer. But we still love you. We booked our site a couple days ago. That's awesome. I can't wait to see you and Neil. There is Tony, our Gavin in the woods. Hello, Tony. I did say hi, Jennifer. I'm not ignoring you. There you go. What's keeping up with chat, Jennifer? I sent an email. It got kicked. What? Amy, do you know if Jesse and Lisa will be at 10 Killer? They will be.
Yes.
Their site is already booked. Yes, ma'am. They will be there. Let's see, with what money can I order a t-shirt? Sorry, no can do. It's all right. I'm pretty sure Jesse and Lisa's going to 10 Killer. Yes, they are. Let's see. Yes, there is a Facebook page for the 10 Killer meetup. You can go and say going as well, but we ask, that, you RSVP as well, to that Gmail right there. Let's see, where am I at? You all have a blast. Better watch out for Tony. Let's see. Just kidding, Tony. Let's see. There's our Okie Homestead. Hello, Marie. How are you? Papa Jesse and Mama Lisa are going to Operation Rendezvous. First, then 10 Killer. Yep. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, because that's down there by them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Everybody's saying hello to each other. There's Reverend Joe Jacobson. Hello, hello. And also think they're going to Mid America. Yes, ma'am. Yes, 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 sir. I know. Christy Bayou back 40 will be at 10 kilo. Are you kidding me? I get to meet her. That is awesome. She is such a sweetheart. I watched y'all's live where you were trying to help her out, and oh, she's such a sweetheart. I love her personality. There's Judy. Hi, Judy. How are you? Everybody's sharing some links. Thank you so much for that. I absolutely love when we share other channels out. Let's see. There's Dale and Nana at 9 Acre Family Farm. Yes, Jesse and Lisa are going to 10 Killer. They are all on board with Amy and Chris and Lisa and I. Whoop, whoop. Yes, yes. Faith is saying hello to Dale. What size did you guys have, Amy? 59? Yes, we have 59 at 10 Killer. Yes, yes, yes. I did a devotional yesterday on our channel in memory of my aunt. I will have to go check that out. Absolutely, I will check that out. You just need to get dozed on the wheel 20 times and poof, you got enough $2 to buy a shirt. There's Sister Evelyn. Hi, Evelyn. How are you? Evelyn is saying hello to everyone. I love Lake 10 Killer, but not going to make it this year. Aw, you're going to miss out on the beast. We're taking the beast. Yep. There is Johnny, Mr. Gillum Farms. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, okay. All right.
Multitasking.
Yeah, he's multitasking. There we go. Everybody's saying hello. RSVP, no space for me. Can't get there. Aww. Remember to hit the thumbs up and subscribe, folks. That's right. That's right. And then Sister Evelyn is doing the whole putting the information. Thank you, sister. Did you almost man me, Amy? Rude woman. I did. I was talking so fast. But I corrected myself. I did. There you go. Everybody's saying hello. I got dibs on Christy and Keith's hugs first. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see who else is in here. Don't worry, Joe, you're not the only one that can't get there. We'll all be waving from this side of the screens. Woo, everybody's saying hello to Faith. We are so close to 1,500. Thank you so much for your support. That is awesome. That's awesome that your channel is growing. I love to see that. Johnny and Christine and Tony and Angie are also hosts of 10 Killer. Yes, sir. Miss Evelyn is also on the committee this year, which is awesome. Absolutely. Better late than never. Hey, there's always replay. It's okay. That's okay. You're watching replay. Hashtag replay. No Pepsi tonight? No, I already drank it. Yep, it's tea now. It's tea now. Avid! How are you tonight, Avid? Let's see who else is in here. Gypsy Trails. Hello, hello. On my phone, but watching. Well, thank you for tuning in. That is amazing. Puts a warning label on Chris. Very carefully warning Pepsi free tonight. I know, right? I'll make a note on that one. Huge hug is for you. From you. Let's see who else is in here. No meetups for me this year. Going under the... Oh, man.
That's never fun.
No. Well, I hope all turns out great and the procedures go great. We will miss you and anybody who is not able to come. Yep, there's the wild huckleberry. Hello, hello. How are you? Thank you for coming in. So it's Uranus fudge time yet, Amy? No, no, absolutely not. So are high knees still a thing? Yes, sir. I've got to put that back up. Yes, I got to get back into it.
I wasn't dang saying people like post.
Oh,
I wasn't done.
I wasn't done. I wasn't done. Well, yes. I just haven't put like a goal on there, but hey, I'll do some high knees. I'll do some high knees. There you go, Avid. I fixed it. I fixed it.
No, I'll talk
Chris,
about that.
Chris, you're
Way
way
too hung up on that.
I know, right? Bubble wraps gypsy, right? Yes, yes. Let's see. Uh Everybody saying hi. Randall, so sorry if you're in the area for surgery. Let us know how we can help. Oh, I love this community. I love everybody's just love and outpour for each other. You know what I'm saying? I would love to come, but I'll be there in spirit on everyone's live from 10 Killer. Wish I could be there for karaoke. Whew, I don't think I'm ready for karaoke. Whew.
You said that last time.
I
You were up
know.
there more than anybody else.
No, I was not. No, I wasn't.
You had to do it with almost everybody that went up there.
It was me and Gail that had
And then you
and
and
then
Marissa. And
me
then
and
you
Marissa and
and
then me and the ladies.
the ladies.
Yes.
Like I said.
Because then I hear the magic word. High knees. High knees. Let's see. Evelyn is also a 10 Killer host as well as Ginger and Joey. Oh, okay. I was letting him finish. Okay. Yeah, there we go. We have a great group of folks. Yes, we do. Two sheets to the wind. Let's see. I better get this in here. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Boop. Tiny is my I said it so fast that one live and they will not let me live it down. Just saying. Better than 10 sheets. I think someone more than 2 sheets, Tony. There's Miss Lacey. Hello. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna go rest now, but I will be back. See you later. We'll still be here probably. Yeah, probably. Yep, probably. I'm gonna take this banner down. Let's hide this. Then I'm gonna go in. Well, looky, looky, looky. Who's in the basement? Anybody want to guess? That'd be taking too long. Ha!
Sup?
What's up?
How y'all doing?
How you doing? How you doing? No, really. This. Oh, wow. This chat is going crazy. I just woke up from a nap and my brain hasn't re-engaged yet. What is naps?
Right.
What is rest?
Oh, look, the Wild Huckleberry is going to be a 10 Killer this year.
Oh, okay.
The Oklahoma Texas Raiders.
Ooh, let's see. Yay! The Wild Huckleberry is going to be at 10 Killer this year. That's awesome. I would. Is Amy doing Heine? Oh man, that is not died down yet. Not died down yet. Oh man.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Tony says, I think I took a nap last month. Woo. And there goes the night. The other troublemaker is on.
All
Telling
I
you
did
guys.
was said there was a town in Missouri,
Yeah,
and they
it's all your fault.
They jumped on the wagon and run with it.
Yes, it's all your fault. You started and then left.
I
And
did.
here we
I
are,
did.
weeks later.
Weeks later, and we're still
Yes.
pumping out fudge from the Uranus Fudge Factory.
Yes. Yes. Lori says, I don't do naps, lol. And then your late night live. Like, y'all are still up at like 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes. And it's like, well, I haven't been up since, past that. But when I wake up, I'm like, look at my phone. I'm like, they are still live.
Dave's just trying to have a longer live than Amy.
Yes. Well, somebody did. Wait. Somebody did a 5-hour live the other night. Who was that? Was that Lori? Or was that you?
Not this guy.
I can't remember who did it. Let's see.
Hey.
We have Camp Spot CS046. Whoop whoop.
All right, you get to post everybody's channel because I'm in the panel.
Hi, Roger.
Hi, Roger.
There is Mike, the Rusty Garage and Homestead. He'll be there at 10 Killer.
That's awesome.
Hello.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Heather.
Let's see. Hi, Dan.
And just for the record, Johnny, whenever she stops posting things, you're going to see, if you look under my name, you're going to see something just for you, Johnny.
I seen it.
Hi, Derek. She don't do naps very often.
I even seen Derek Fowler on a live the other night. Wow.
Absolutely.
No pickles or ice cream tonight, Paul?
Took my dad out for Mexican tonight, and his birthday's on Thursday, but I'm busy on Thursday night, so we treated him to supper.
So Papia's in.
He's not doing all that great. His knees are in really bad shape. He'll probably never have them worked on.
Nice.
He's not a new model either. He's a 1947 model, so
the old ones are better anyway.
Maybe.
Oh, look at the doggy.
Oh.
Hi, doggies.
Hey, Faith, there's a dog. Faith. She's on.
She said that's not Diesel. Look.
There we go.
There's Diesel right there.
Oh. Want to come up and cuddle?
Diesel. Oh. Diesel. He's like, wait, hold on a minute. I don't know that voice.
How does that computer know my name?
Look at that face.
Oh, look at this. I'm not camera shy.
Right.
Roger, you're gonna have to get their own channel for them.
Oh yeah, I don't ever have enough time. I haven't even posted a video in like 2 months.
Hi, Carol.
I'm getting there. I haven't posted much of a video in a couple weeks.
I have
yet to post
one.
Every time I think I'm gonna film something, I think to myself, I just need to get it done. I don't have time to mess with the camera.
Right.
So.
Hello, JS. Hello, Shalom.
Yep.
Yes, we met at base camp at BAMFest. Yep, that's where we started our adventure of knowing each other.
I saw his Jeep in the parking lot, and I was like, that has a YouTube sticker on it. I bet I know why he's here. Didn't know who it was, and I went inside. I was like, okay, one of these people has that Jeep. Who's got the Jeep?
That was me.
Yep.
Shortly after that trip, I started getting kind of on my way home, I started getting a bad vibration.
Yeah.
And I kind of ignored it, kept driving it. And about maybe 2 weeks later, I went to Tractor Supply, which is about half an hour away from here. And I come out from Tractor Supply, and I just happened to look down, and the back passenger side tire was showing the steel belting.
Mm.
So I immediately put the spare on, which was a brand new tire, but about 8 years old. Drove it back to my property and got on Discount Tires website and ordered new tires. Went and
got your goodie out of the one that was showing the metal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna have to use tires for.
Well,
for
you know, what's crazy is I bought those tires used. I bought wheels and tires off of eBay when I was living in Houston. And I saw them, figured out it was a company in Houston, called them and said, "Hey, I just saw your eBay post about these wheels and tires. I don't want to pay $300 shipping for you to ship them across Houston. Can I come to y'all's company and buy them?" And they said, "Come on." Nice. When I bought them, I said, "They're used. If I can get a year out of them, I'll be fine." And they lasted me almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Beating the odds there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But it sure hurt buying 5 brand new tires.
I bet it did. I've got 2 years so far out of the 2 I got for the front of mine because they were kind of dry rotted. I need to get some more for the back because they're just as old. So, but where it was sitting before I bought it, the front was worse than the back because it was kind of halfway tucked up in some stuff, so it didn't get as bad on the back. So I just got 2 new ones for the front because if I had one blow up, I didn't want it to be on the on the steer axles. I wanted it on the back wheels.
Yeah.
But I need to go get 2 more.
I have a friend who was a salesman that put a lot of miles on. He told me, he said, "You know those tires called Goodyear?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "They should be called Good 6 months."
I bought BF Goodwrench. I've heard a lot of good reviews for them. So
I like BFGs.
I got the KO2 all-terrain.
Yeah.
Not quite as meaty of a tread as what I had on it before, but they sure are quieter and ride nicer. I had them put on and it felt like I was driving a brand new Jeep again.
Yeah.
Mine are neither of those things. They're not smooth or quiet at all. They're like squares. But I can't complain. I think a lot of the problem with mine riding a little rougher than, all her cars is because I've got the solid front axle in the front, so it's just a tank. It's gonna be rough. I just have to live with it.
Same with a Jeep. I expect it to be rough and bouncy.
Anytime you have solid front axles like that, it's gonna be rough. Plus, I have the military tires, the Humvee tires, and they don't care about being smooth or ride quality on the Humvees because they beat the crap out of you anyway. So creature comforts are kind of lacking in military vehicles. They don't make them like Cadillacs because they're not Cadillacs.
Yeah. No, there was a BF Goodrich plant in Miami, Oklahoma. It wasn't Goodyear.
And hi, Maribel.
My dad worked there till they closed in 1985.
Give my babies a hug. They're probably watching. Papa, Gigi.
I don't think I got to say it in person. I said it by writing it in a language that nobody understands, but congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you so much. He is just this tiny little baby.
He's not that little. Our kids.
He was born.
Faith and Christopher were smaller. So
he was born 6 pounds 6 ounces. When they weighed him today, he was like 5'14" and a half or something like that. So
that's a good sized kid.
He's got all that hair. Man,
that dude does have some hair.
Yeah, he does. Yes. He has some hair.
So the goal you set tonight, Amy, is that going to be for Corbin's tractor?
No.
What?
No, but let me tell you, that boy is all about tractors.
Jeez.
About tractors.
He needs to get get him a tractor that just like Peepaw or Chris. I don't know can't remember what he.
Woohoo! Thank you, Derek.
I am Paw Paw. My dad was Peepaw.
Okay.
I did Paw because that's what my dad's dad was. So I just recycled it.
Okay.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you. That's right. They always lose a few ounces after they're born.
Yeah.
Every baby does that.
They go from getting
Cannot stand this doctor.
fed easy to having to figure out how to eat themselves. So it's a learning curve.
Yeah, I think baby girl's going to be small like Faith.
I noticed in the video that Faith, when she was helping Dad there to build that bed, she was actually getting a bump.
Oh yeah, she's got that bump
was
going.
like, golly, she's finally showing.
Hi, Anita.
Hi, Anita. Thank you. And I'm thanking
what's
her
in the
ahead of time,
fridge?
Paul.
Right.
Oh, what are you thanking her for that I don't know about?
Remember my request?
I could be blissfully ignorant about this stuff, you know.
If she had a 10-pounder, that'd be half her weight.
It had to be. It was in regards to a tumbler.
Yeah, Chris wants a cup.
Oh, like this one?
This
Yeah, like that one.
Like that one?
You already got one.
Thank you, Miss Anita.
You're welcome.
Paul, it finally worked. Look at this.
Wow.
Comment.
Oh, here. Let me see.
It's working. It's working.
It's working.
Maribel says, I don't know who said something about Corbin's tractor, but now he's yelling, my tractor.
My tractor. My tractor. I can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it.
He does.
Oh.
And there ain't no telling that boy no. No, we're not going to the tractor. And he goes to the tractor and he's like, key. I'm like, no, I got the key because you won't leave it alone. He's like, oh, key. And he points where the key goes. I'm like, no.
You saw the hat he was wearing.
Then he leans down and he pretends he picks up a key and sticks it down there where the key goes and turns it and he goes, he shakes. I'm like, all right. Everything's correct. Yes.
She said I need to get with her and ask her about the cups, Dad.
Yes, that's
She's talking about Anita.
That's what I was telling you about.
Yep.
Well, the way to get with Anita is to email her, and her email is acneeter, NEETER, at
Isn't it on the card?
Yeah, it's on the card.
Probably. Yep, that's the way to get with her.
Gotcha.
It works.
If Faith has a 10-pounder, I'll eat kale. Gross.
If Faith had a 10-pounder, she'd probably lose 3 inches of height. She'd be 4'11".
Texas. Corbin's Tractor Fun.
Hey, I wonder if I still got that.
I'm promoting it. I am promoting it.
I wonder.
You gotta take care of that
No
young
10-pounder.
man.
No 10-pounder. Ew.
My youngest son was 9 pounds 2 ounces when he was born, and he was so chubby that they had to pry his eyes open to tell what color they were. They had us putting salve in his eyes for a couple of days, and finally when we got home with him, he says, I ain't doing that no more. And he got to where he could see pretty quick, but yeah, both of our boys were pretty good size.
I was 9'6" when I was born.
Yeah, that's
And now
Really?
you're what, 6'6" in height?
6'4".
I missed it by 2.
I used to be 6 foot. I've gotten past the growing up age, and now I'm spreading out.
Hi, Emily.
I started spreading out before I started growing up.
Did you?
Oh, you're not big, you're fluffy.
Thank you very much. Now keep your opinions to yourself down there.
Hey, I'm right there behind you. You know, if I see a donut, even though I'm still waiting for donuts, and
Mm.
Oh,
I froze. Am I moving now?
You're moving.
Okay. I heard keep your opinions to yourself, and then everybody went quiet.
wow.
He was dogging me, you know.
Hi, Rebecca.
I'll send Angel a couple of boxes of oatmeal cream cookies, Paul.
Oh, don't do that, please. I have to open all them things.
Hi, PG.
I just have to open every one of them to see if there was really oatmeal cream pie in there.
Well, Bunny likes them, and Brownie does too.
You know, one thing that a lot of people don't know that cows will do, and that is eat bread.
Yeah.
You can go to a bread store and get some day-old bread. A lot of the time they sell that stuff really cheap. And
Look at that fish.
I've had two different guys that I've bought herd bulls from that could go out in the pasture, and they just take a slice of that bread and fling it.
Hi, TJ.
The cow would catch it in her mouth and eat it. Mm-hmm.
Diesel says hi.
Hi,
Yeah.
Diesel.
Diesel.
you
Diesel.
Now he's looking behind the laptop trying to figure out what it's going to be. He doesn't get sounds from TV and laptops. He hears a car on the TV and thinks somebody's driving by, and he goes running to the front of the bus barking.
Hey, I have trouble with that here in the house. I was sitting here on the computer watching a video last night, and I'm like, what is that siren? I'm looking on what I'm watching, but it's not on there. It's outside.
We don't get a whole lot of traffic out here, and every time there's a car drives by, if the front door of the bus is open, he'll go running out. It's inside a fence, so he's not going anywhere, but he'll go running out barking and screaming, and there's a doorbell on the TV. He jumps up and runs to the front of the bus barking. I'm like, we don't have a doorbell. Where are you going?
Nita called me from the kids' the other day and told me she seen our dog Sam chasing a guy riding a bicycle. And I'm like, are you serious? Did you get any video of this? I didn't know Sam could ride a bicycle.
I knew where you were going with that as soon as you said it. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, they said we should make guesses on how much she'll weigh. Don't ask the comments because they'll say 10 pounders, 9 pounders.
It's going to be this big.
Dale needs to come up.
Big old crappie.
Big old crappie. He needs
Big old crappie.
Except Amy, the other day when she's trying to reach for her camera to turn it off, it was like, I can't reach it. I was waiting for those pallets to go.
It's gonna be a big old crappie.
And then Chris comes back and go, what the heck happened? He go, there was a big wind.
That Dan from over here at Commerce.
Yes.
I had a good friend who was also a pastor who worked until he retired from BF Goodrich. And he told me a lot of cool stories about some stuff they did over there at Miami. They had a tractor tire test track. And it was, I don't know if it was paved or it was dirt, probably paved. But they had an M Farmall tractor, one of those narrow front end deals. And they would tie the steering wheel to where it could only go in a big circle. And they had the thing weighted, and they would test the wear on back tires by filling it up with gas and starting it off on that track and just leaving it run. And they just leave the thing run out there till it run out of gas. And then they'd measure how much tread wear it had on it for however many miles it drove. Can you just picture going to a place and seeing a tractor out there driving in big circles and nobody on
Hi,
it?
Kevin.
I think that would make me some kind of nervous.
Reminds me of the video of the guy that tied his lawnmower to a tree.
Yeah.
And let it sit there and go in circles. And each time it went around, it got a little closer to the tree because the rope was wrapping around the tree. He's sitting out there in a lawn chair watching his lawnmower mow the yard for him.
Lauren, they were cream filled.
Were they the big oatmeal cream pies or the little ones?
It was the big big Cheerios. They're much better. The big Cheerios, the ones with a hole in the middle, they're much better than the little ones. Maybe I was doing it wrong.
This is what I want to get for Corbin.
Oh yeah,
Oh man.
he
Well,
would
that-
have a blast.
The best part is it's remote control, so I can sit over there and cruise him around before he even learns how to do it himself.
well, Chris, there's $5 in the kitty, so that goes to Corbin.
That's
That
better than my
doesn't go to
tractor.
them high knees.
Well, y'all put the choice. Yeah, he'd love that.
Yeah.
He would love that.
I can just see
Absolutely.
Chris driving the tractor and everything going.
Corbin
"Yeah."
right there behind me. I can't hardly do anything on the tractor with him here because he wants me to take him with him everywhere.
There we go. I love it. I love it.
Right? They all get like animal nicknames.
Crappie.
And we can go to get one of those stuffed fish pillow things. That'd be hilarious. Put that in the crib with her.
He said, forget what I said
Don't
Don't
earlier.
they I know they make the bass things, but do they make a crappie? The singing
Amazon
crappie?
got everything. They gotta have a crappie. Come on.
You can get one and hack it to sing nursery rhymes.
There you go.
We are going to the Mid America meetup. Yes, we are.
I feel like I've missed
Y'all,
so
I'm not
much.
interested in parting in anyone's mouth. Yep.
Just
William
like
is
baby,
emu.
baby emu.
Baby emu. Yep.
I
That
could be
boy's
a
getting
little
so
bit
big.
busy. Don't think I'm gonna make Mid America. If I had a guess, I'd say I'd be trying to bale hay. The weather.
Miss Amy, I have a message for you
Okay.
via phone. Trey says he just came in. We are eating supper now. I'll jump on shortly when I'm done.
That's
Oh.
it. I'm leaving.
I texted him. I said, in case you forgot, I told him, I said, in case you forgot, Amy's live. Because, you know.
So, Del Nana won't be at Mid America.
Right. Dale's
Hmm.
got graduation.
He's got graduation and stuff.
He's got to be there.
So that means we got to get
Contractually
multiple hugs
obligated.
from him.
Yeah, Amir needs a nickname.
Mayor. He's the mayor guy. Mayor.
Amir.
Yeah.
Mayor.
He is just too cute. Amir.
Well, if Amy's going to be a crappie, then call him Bass. Call him their Bass.
Tina's not going to Mid America. Okay.
But Tina, you are coming. You and Eric are coming to Chin Killer, right?
Are you gonna be there, Chris?
Yes, because I want a pin.
Never mind. They probably won't come then. I'm just messing with you. I got them. I got them.
I want an orange pin.
Tough crap. They don't come in orange.
Is there only one color?
He said tough crap.
No, there's 4.
There's 4 colors. What
Four
colors
colors.
are there?
He's digging them out. Calm down.
I'm going to bigify you.
Give the man a minute.
Hold on.
Amy, can you just chill?
No.
There you go.
All right, the
Oh,
blue.
look at those colors.
But you want
I got to go blue
Okay.
then.
How's that one guy, Tavin Dillard, say? Aren't they beautiful?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Look
Is
at that
that purple?
purple.
What are y'all doing?
What are y'all doing?
That's priceless.
There's no pink.
Nope.
No pink.
4
There's
colors.
purple.
I
there's
haven't carried any of them in my pocket to see if I could break them yet either, though. So, yeah.
Jennifer says pink or purple. Purple. I know that was a pretty blue, huh?
Well, technically.
She likes the blue. Wonder why she likes the blue. Wonder why she likes the blue. Huh. Tina, wonder why she would like the blue pen.
Hold on. Hold
Hang
on,
on.
Kevin.
Let me see if it writes blue. Man, if it writes blue, it'd be the trifecta for Tina, wouldn't it?
All right.
Not going to any meetups still has me wanting to go to the pond and catch those big old crappies. I think they all write black.
They're all black. All right, black.
Oh, Dale says green for him.
Oh, wonder why. Well, I can't understand why. Hmm. Well, Lauren, if I'll see you, hassle me about a pen, but don't think you'll have better luck on your taxes just trying a different pen.
I'm not even going to talk about taxes.
Well, there's Carl Williams.
Hi, Carl.
Hmm.
I like the blue one and the purple one too. Hey, you know what, Paul? I'll take any pen you give me. And then I'll pretend you didn't give me one.
Oh, wait a
And
minute.
then I'll pretend that you didn't give me one. And then I'll go back later on and be like, hey, I need another pen.
I'll make yours really special then. Hey, Carl Williams. I seen you commented on one of my videos, probably Bible time or something. Thank you for commenting.
Lauren, I'll call you and you can do my taxes for me then. Maybe you'll have better luck.
I actually am not sure that's not Trey's dad. Carl, are you Trey's dad? Or are you
pretty sure
Trey?
it is. I think it is.
I think he said once that they was actually all Carl, so I don't know. Maybe he'll tell us. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Any color for me. And Faith says she's going straight for a hug from Dale and Nana. And he says, you'll probably knock me down with that 10-pound baby.
Yeah, because you know Dale loves them hugs.
Right.
Yes. He can't fight him. So is there going to be a...
See? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Trey's dad.
It's Trey's dad.
That's what I thought.
So Roger,
Yeah.
is there going to be another video soon?
Hopefully.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to add a water heater to the bus.
Nice.
So I'm going to do my plumbing system, and my outdoor shower heater froze. So I'm kind of frustrated with it. It's according to the manual, there's a little brass plug on the bottom and you unscrew it and it's supposed to drain all the water out. I did that, left to go out of town, and when I came back it was busted.
Man.
So I ordered a new one. This one's actually an RV one's designed to be in the. So as soon as it gets here this week, hopefully I'm gonna be installing it in the bus, and then I'm gonna build a water tower kind of. So
Cool.
hopefully some
Can't
videos
wait.
coming soon.
All right. I'll keep a lookout.
But obviously I've been busy. I mean, I've got closets and
Insulation.
Yeah.
insulation and got a diesel heater.
Awesome.
He's even
It's
got
been
himself
nice.
a TV up there.
It's a lot better than that little 4x8 camper I lived in for 8 months.
Oh,
Right.
You got more
Wow.
room?
So
Yeah.
are you kind of to the back of the bus right now?
Yeah, I've actually got, like, that's the front. I don't know
Yeah.
if you can see it. It's not enough light, but that's the front driver's seat up there
I see it
on
now.
that side. And then the back, this back wall is actually 4 feet from the back of the bus, and I can open this door up and little storage area in the back, so that I have a place to store stuff. All of this is temporary for me to have a place to live while I build a cabin. So I'm not finishing anything out. The walls are going to stay purple, and I'm not going to be insulating the rest of the bus because it's all, as soon as I finish, as soon as I build a cabin, I'll be moving out of this, and then I'm going to rip all this out and do probably at least a 12-inch, maybe an 18-inch roof raise on the bus. And that's when I'll do the final build. But
Most people I've talked to about it,
See you in a bit.
they like a 14 is pretty common anyway for the roof
Yeah.
raises.
I want to do
If
at
yours-
least
if yours
12.
a flat nose bus or no?
No, it's a dog nose.
Okay.
I want to do at least 12 because I'm 6'4", and with all the insulation and everything out between the ribs of the bus, I can stand up.
Yeah.
But in here with the insulation up, I can't stand up all the way. So,
Right.
and then I want to put, when I do the actual build, I want to put at least a couple of inches of insulation on the floor.
Right.
So I need to have enough space to be able to add insulation on the floor, add insulation on the roof, and still have a little bit of headroom. So I'm going to do at least 12. Thought about doing 18, but that might be a little too high. So maybe I'll think about 14. That might be a good height.
Roger, what is your?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, what's your golden retriever's name? There was a question.
Gunner.
Gunner. Did you get that, Lauren?
Yeah, Lauren says her dog is crushing on yours.
Aw.
I'm sure Gunner would crush back,
Hi, Wanda.
and he'd be able to do something too. Diesel can't.
Oh, poor Diesel.
Oh,
Poor Diesel.
Well,
Gibbs is the same
Diesel
way.
yeah, Gibbs is the same way.
Diesel only had one when he was born, so I had to have it done because if not, he could have developed cancer.
Uh,
Right.
And boxers are already prone to cancer, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to take any chances.
Hi, Wanda.
Yeah.
Sierra Smitten. Aw.
Speaking of Diesel, how's Diesel the pig?
Oh, he is growing. He's a big old pig.
And he's like, you start to see like definition and chisel in his muscle and stuff. It's not just fat. He's definitely, you can tell he's like his daddy.
Yes.
You can tell I have not been caught up on videos because I'm asking questions
He's
from
a big old piggy. Big
Thank
old boy.
He's
like
Yeah.
2 months ago.
Good.
Oh, Derek said get Faith a pizza. Oh, thank you, Derek. He sent
She
$10.
needs to go eat a cheeseburger.
Right? She needs a cheeseburger.
Break into the triple digits.
But she's all about the pickles, y'all. When I saw Paul eating pickles and then later on he had ice cream and stuff on Trey's Live. It was Trey's Live, right? Yeah. I was like, Faith is all about the pickles. Those pickle bites that they sell inside those packages. Yep.
You need to get her some of those Wickles.
The Wickles.
Oh,
She ordered one of those chamoy pickles. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's a chamoy pickle, and it has all kinds of stuff added to it.
There he goes.
I'm guessing.
And talking of pickles, I was
Yes,
so mad.
he does. Derek is awesome. Thank you so much.
I was back in Houston. Ooh.
muy caliente.
Are they dill or are they sweet
No,
pickles?
these are kind of sweet.
Nice.
They're kind of
You know,
sweet. But there's a pepper floating around in there somewhere. Oh boy.
The Kroger near where I used to live in Houston used to sell a spicy dill that Clausen made, and I got hooked on them, and then they quit selling them.
Yeah, ain't that just the way?
For years, I'm like, I wish they would still have those pickles. I was back down there a couple of weeks ago, and I went into that Kroger, and they had spicy Clausen pickles. I was like, where was this one the last 2 years I lived here? So I bought a jar. I would have bought more, but the Clausens have to be refrigerated because they're sold cold, and I didn't have any way to transport them. So I bought a jar for while I was there, and I did bring it back though, and save the pickle juice. So anytime I buy Clausen pickles, I just pour that spicy juice in there with them.
What state are you in, Roger? Are
I'm
you
in Texas.
In Texas?
Yeah, I'm in East Texas, between Sam Rayburn and Sabine, or Toledo Bend.
Nacogdoches?
No, I'm about at least an hour east of Nacogdoches.
Chris, Texas Raider, is not in Texas.
I used to be.
Yeah,
I used to could. You give me a minute, I might could again.
I used to be real fit too.
you know where Pineland is?
Yes.
That's the closest town to me.
Hi, Ed.
About 10 miles from Pineland.
And my sister lives in Beaumont or Beaumont.
Beaumont.
And I used to work at the Orange County Sheriff's Department in Southeast Texas.
Hey, you brought it up. Did you know Joe Diffie was colorblind?
I brought it up.
Yep, Beaumont, Texas made me think country music, and I obviously like Joe Diffie's music, so I just pointed right to Joe Diffie. Did you know Joe Diffie was colorblind?
No.
He's a little bit dead now, but he was colorblind. He was actually one of the players in one of his songs, and it was his girlfriend, I guess, that was colorblind, because in that song he sang, how'd that go? It was in John Deere Green.
Yeah.
On a hot summer night, he wrote Billy Bob loves Charlene in letters 10 foot high. And the whole town said the fool should have used red, but it looked good to Charlene. Obviously, she was colorblind.
Yeah.
I tried telling that to Dale, and I just went.
He's hung up on John Deere Green. He didn't hear nothing else.
Yeah, just a little bit. I told that whole mess of that to one of Dakota's girlfriends, my youngest son. And she looks at me and goes, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Just ask anybody. So everybody she talked to after that for a while, she was saying, "Did you know that girl Charlene in Joe Diffie's song was colorblind?"
It's all right. If you're from Texas, you know who the king is of Texas. George Strait.
I was singing a little George Strait earlier.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Ed.
Oh.
Hi, Ed.
You know, it's funny because I grew up hating country music. And then I hit about probably 35 years old, and just something inside me changed, and all the music I used to listen to growing up was like, and now that's all I listen to is country. The only country I used to listen to back in the day was the occasional Garth Brooks song, occasional George Strait song, and then random like one-off songs from artists I don't even know, just something catchy about it. And I'm like, oh, I can give you an example. All the lights in the house are on. I have no idea who the guy's name is that sings it, but for some reason I always loved that song, and I hated country music.
Trace Adkins. Was it Trace Adkins?
That sounds right.
I don't listen to country music anymore. Any of this new stuff, I'm at a loss.
I definitely like the older stuff.
What?
I love now that I'm getting older, I don't have to pay for it, so I can just find it on YouTube and let it play.
Old country music is the best country music. I have to agree.
Yeah.
I have to agree.
Garth Brooks is no longer Garth Brooks. He's not the same after his divorce and remarriage.
He's not preaching. She's over here amening you from the back row. Yeah, you.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Because, I mean, when Garth Brooks was Garth Brooks originally, I mean, he was great. He cared about his fans. But now it's, yeah.
Oh, he put on a good show. We
yeah.
went and seen him in Joplin, Missouri, at Joplin's Memorial Hall, which is like not a big venue. And he sold the place out. 2 shows in under 4 hours. And I can't remember what year that was.
Well, see, I saw him in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. He sang every song that he had and came out and crawled up on top of 2 6-foot-tall speakers that was stacked up and played his guitar and sang "Please Come to Boston." And he was rocking the speakers back and forth so hard that there was like 4 stagehands trying to keep the one sitting on top of it.
All right, I'll be right back. I gotta go let Faith out.
Okay.
She doesn't want pickles or ice cream, but she just wants out.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read what Jennifer said, Paul? Beyonce is not country. I'm
That,
just
Amen.
saying.
that ain't country.
She released a country album.
She's not country. I don't care. She's
Beyonce. For one thing, I only know of one artist that was a country artist that only had one name.
She is not a country artist.
And it was Sylvia, and that's from the 70s. Think about it. Everybody else had 2 names. Even if it wasn't your name, like Conway Twitty. That wasn't his name.
Now, I don't follow. Oh, go ahead, Paul.
His name was something totally different.
There's a bunch you could know who somebody's talking about if they just say one of their names, though.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
Willie.
yeah. There's
and
a lot of
Merle.
them that are on a one-name basis after so long.
The thing that come out about Garth Brooks being at Memorial Hall was he said he'd never play that venue again because it's too small. But Tina says she was there. Which one did you go to, Tina? The earlier or the late one? I can't remember which one we went to.
We went to the lake.
I was thinking it was the late one.
I was never
I
big
don't
into
follow.
going to concerts, but I saw Reba at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo back when I was in high school when I didn't like country music, but a friend invited me to go with their family, so I went. And then when I was in college in Nacogdoches, I saw Willie Nelson. That was back during his community service days from his tax evasion, and he was playing little tiny rodeos all over East Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And me and some friends drove to some little town, I don't even know what town it was, to go watch Willie play at this little tiny rodeo that there may have been 50 people in the audience.
Wow. My mom was in the Reba fan club, and she came to Memorial Hall in Joplin a few times. And when I was like in somewhere between the 5th and 7th grade, she came, and my mom actually had backstage passes because she was in her fan club. And I got my picture took with Reba. I was taller than her when I was in like the 5th or 6th grade, however old I was.
I tell you what, Reba, she cares. She donates a lot of money to the Texoma Medical Center and all that. She does. She's a good-hearted person.
Yeah, she come from a family of calf ropers. If you didn't know, Pake McIntyre. I don't know if he ever won the world, but he got up there.
Daniels one time.
Yeah, we saw Charlie Daniels.
That dude will straight jack up a fiddle bow. Like he's got another one back here because he knows he's going to screw this one up. He just tears them up. It's nuts, and he knows. He knows going straight in. He knows he's going to screw that first one up, so he just tears the crap out of it, tosses it, and grabs the second one, keeps going, never messes up the song. It's just nuts.
Oh, look, I'm lurking, just eating and all that good stuff. So hello, everyone. Well, hello, Trey. What's up, Trey?
Well, he's not on panel, so I don't have to put my Trey hat on.
Oh, man, I forgot to do that. Everybody on panel had our Louisiana Life hats on.
Except Johnny.
I was gonna take a hat and tape a piece of paper, and it says "Our Louisiana Life" because I ain't got one of those.
Do you want me to send you the logo so you can copy it and do your what is that? What is that?
Draw it.
No, your labeler thing, your creator or whatever.
Cricket.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw George Strait when I was a kid.
I haven't seen George Strait in concert.
I was little.
I have not.
That was awkward.
I froze again.
You know, the worst part about freezing would be is if you froze when you was picking your nose. That would be the most awfulest. Wouldn't
Yeah.
Paul is the expert on freezing. One time he froze for like 25 minutes.
it? Nobody even noticed. I just kept talking.
Chris took a screenshot one time,
Yeah.
or he took a picture. Yeah.
Now that
Chris is gonna look through his phone.
Yeah.
I think I still have that.
Oh, I have an album that says Paul Case.
Uh-oh. That ain't good.
I think now that the
See,
weather's
And if you don't believe me, there it is. There's the album.
That ain't good. Man, you got too much time on your hands.
I think now that the weather's warming up
goodness.
and the leaves are starting to grow back on the trees, my Starlink's not as good.
Mm.
It's starting to block the
And
signal.
then, of course,
Do I
I've
look
only
like
got one of Johnny Gillum.
Do I look like that dude on Fat Albert? Never mind. Don't answer that.
Only us old folks know who that is.
Yeah, nobody has any idea.
And then,
Do they?
if
Everybody's
anybody
like,
knows who this guy is, he's lost and found.
Lurking must be fun. I don't
Your-
know. LOL.
Your photos remind me of back during COVID. Had to started working from home, and my boss for the first probably 2 or 3 months asked us to take a
Angie.
picture and text it to him once a week to just let him know that we were okay. He wanted to see a picture of us so I started taking the funniest pictures I could think of. I was like, one picture I had an armful of cleaning supplies and toilet paper, and one picture I'd made myself a foil hat and put it on. One picture I was wearing like a respirator, and seeing your pictures on the phone there reminds me of that.
Amy, check your phone.
Check my phone.
Ain't nobody got no time for all that checking.
It might help you in your quest.
So, I got a question for y'all. What do you call a deer that doesn't have any eyes?
A deer in the blind?
I already know, so I'm going to stay out of it.
He just told me, so I'm out of it.
Anybody got any idea?
A wall mount.
A wall mount. I think they give. Go ahead.
I wish I knew, but everybody that tells me they know say they got no idea.
I ain't got no idea.
No idea.
No idea.
So I drew it.
Look at that picture.
It's a hazmat.
Oh my goodness.
I'm ready for COVID. Bring it on.
Is that what happens when you have to go in to clean the men's restroom?
Higher flipping farmstead.
Right. You might not have to, but you might want to.
No idea. And
No
then so
idea.
you know what you got when you got a deer that's got great big eyes.
Come and take it.
Come and take it. Oh
That's
man,
classic.
that's a good
That's
one.
Classic.
Hi, Sean.
Hey, Roger, here you go. I'm a member of that club.
Nice.
Hang on, put that back on. I didn't see that.
I'm sorry, but you missed it.
What is that?
I went into my folks' house with a ski mask on one time, all bundled up because it was really cold about a year ago. I had to get that ski mask off before my dad got hold of his gun. He didn't know who it was.
Oh my Lord. You got to dignify that one, Amy.
Okay, hold on. Keep that one up there.
Look at that
Hold on.
one. It's even got the reflection. It's like it's a robot.
Oh
I like
wow. Roger's a hoot. We could be friends. Hey, yeah. He's awesome to hang out with.
Oh, there you go, I can see Paul wearing that one day when he goes up there to teach.
Don't give him no ideas.
She said, "Don't get no big idea."
Hey, he's the one that's got the 1 million jokes.
I can't. Here's what Lisa said the first time I did a live from church. Apparently, she put on live. You need to adjust your camera. I can see up your nose. I'm like, I never even seen it. Somebody else showed me it. They screenshotted it. I'm like,
funny.
boy, I got a friend.
Dang, a ninja.
Yeah, I had a little fun with those pictures.
Oh yeah, that was a great idea.
That was pretty cool.
The funny part
Thanks for
is
sharing.
my boss told me that he was sending them to his boss as proof that he was checking in on his. He said he had like that. My pictures had the whole like management team just rolling.
I'm telling you. But she didn't say you had a boogie or that she could see up your nose. It was something else. She had an acronym that went along with that. Little extra English on it.
Good night, Wanda.
Good night, Wanda.
Thanks for coming.
You need anything, call me.
Wow.
Let's
see.
Okay, so I let Faith out. There's what she's doing in the backyard, just chilling.
Probably like, I'm glad he let me out here. I had to get away from them crazy people.
Oh no, she'll be when she comes back in. Then she'll be like, "Okay, where's my hot dog? I want my hot dog."
Yeah, there's 2 other people co-streaming, so she may have been in another live, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of not fair. We see all the chat.
Yeah.
You guys only see
everybody saying hi, Wanda.
The one you're in. Kind of sucks. They need to fix it.
Yeah.
Chris, you were asking about the bus.
Oh, hold on. We gotta do this.
Nice.
International.
I want a flat nose. I want a pusher.
Oh. There we are.
That's a live view of my bus.
Is it an international or Chevy?
It's an international Bluebird body. It's a DT 466E.
No, I like that engine.
Them are good engines.
Yeah,
we've got a couple of trucks on our farm that have that engine. Bobby Cole has that engine, except it's not E.
I kind of wish mine wasn't an electronic, but
the 2 that we've got still have a pull kill in a truck. That's kind of not very common.
It had I bought it from there was a guy down in League City, Texas, who ran a diesel repair shop for like 18-wheelers, and somebody in his family convinced him it'd be a good idea to buy a bunch of buses to rent out. So he bought about 20 buses in an auction from some school district that was like replacing their entire fleet. That it was costing him more money to maintain them than he was making renting them out. So he decided, that's not me, that's not my business, and he was going to sell every one of them. He posted it on Facebook Marketplace, and I went down and bought it. Had 130,000 miles on it.
And for that engine, that's absolutely nothing. Nothing. It ain't probably ain't even broke in yet.
The only thing I found wrong with it is the windshield wiper switch is gone. It was gone when I bought it. So before I can put it on the road, if I ever decide to actually put it on the road, I'm going to have to put a windshield wiper switch on it. and probably replace the tires.
Yeah.
Wow.
The bad part is those tires aren't going to be cheap.
Oh no, it'll be more
Yeah.
than what I paid for my tires for my Jeep, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
And those were not cheap.
Hi, Angie.
Hi, Angie.
Actually, if you could find somebody that had a used set, you could probably come by more reasonable than you think. Maybe 100 to 125 a piece used. But if you go talking new on, it'll be a millimeter number, but it'll be about the same as a 10R 22.5, and
I
they're
think
like,
that's what's on it is 22.5.
yeah, they're like real expensive, like between $400 and $600 a tire.
Yeah.
Insane expensive.
Well, the
Well, you
tires
want
I
to
bought
talk
for my
insane
Jeep were
expensive?
$500 a piece. So.
Try the tires for a garbage truck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When we put new tires on the garbage truck, they were $1,200 tires because the weight.
Yeah.
See,
It was
that's what
nuts.
worries me too. Is by the time I add all the weight to this bus and raising the roof and putting everything else in it, what kind of weight rating am I going to need for these tires?
Actually, you'll probably be less than the GVW because the GVW on a bus is taking into
Hi, Kelly.
account 77 kids, and you don't have that. So your stuff shouldn't add up to that many humans. So actually, when people make RVs out of them, they're usually lighter than their original GVW.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but they'll be way heavier than what a dried Skittle will be, right, Jennifer?
Yes.
Mrs. Car Parts and Tractor Talk already.
Yep.
What do you mean already? We're an hour and 27 minutes in. How is that already?
Already?
We're halfway through a 3-hour live and she's already. Like, really?
Already.
3
She just
hours?
can't stand it.
I'm just being realistic here. Wish there was a way to show this video on there without having to like send it to you.
I had a
I want to hold my phone up there.
No,
junior
I
high science teacher.
concerned.
Since she brought up seeds, we can go there, right? Had a junior high science teacher that come to school one spring complaining that she had these plants growing in her flower garden. She couldn't figure out what they were. And she, was interested in what these plants were because she didn't plant them. She just planted flowers. And it was late that summer when I was back at school. She said, "Oh, yeah, I figured out what those plants were. They were tomato plants." Where some kids had thrown rotten eggs and tomatoes at her house. Yeah. Terrible.
Wow.
She got free seeds.
Wow.
Are you some kind of serious? Everybody in my neighborhood that tries to grow tomatoes can't, and you're growing them in a flower garden where you didn't plant them. Great.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Well, it's like by the swimming pool.
Oh
They
yeah.
started growing tomatoes by
Before
there.
Mom and Dad even bought the place, when
Mhm.
Sean still had it, they were
13,700 for tractor tires, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they're probably like 6 foot wide. Plus, they're John Deere. The rims are yellow. They're more expensive.
They're probably them LSWs.
It reminds me of a video I saw where these guys were talking about some guys like, I didn't know that tractors could cost $100,000, and it's 4 guys reacting to the video, and one of them goes,
Yeah, I've seen
"What
that.
did they get you?" The tires.
The tires. Yeah, that'd buy the tires.
Tires, maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chris would love to buy a bus too.
Yeah.
Ed says he would love
But
to buy
I
a bus.
have a specific
Mm-hmm.
kind of bus. I want a rear engine. I want a pusher so that I don't have to deal with the drive shaft thing. And I want the flat nose because the roof raise is easier on the flat nose.
I could probably bring you one. You want me to
Well,
just
come
bring
on.
you one like that to 10 Killer?
Yeah.
Or remind me.
Along with
As
the
long as
raised
it's
bed.
got like 5 or 6 raised beds in it,
Yeah.
we're good.
But no, I.
Golly. Man,
And don't forget the pen.
I was going to get you a Hot Wheels. And then here we go. Making me want to sing another country and western song. Why do we want what we know we can't have?
I already got Hot Wheels. Check it. Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Look at this.
There you go. He probably got the bus you were talking about.
Right?
Golly.
That's just some of them. That's just the ones that I've bought since I've been out here.
Angie
been-
says she needs the short bus.
I've been collecting them since I was in my 20s. When I was in college, I started buying a couple of them a week when I'd go to Walmart to buy groceries.
I got a GTO.
Angie says she wants a short bus.
Right here.
You don't lick the window.
Oh, the
Nice.
Johnny Gillum car.
Judge.
Oh, has he got it?
Yes, sir.
Later.
Yeah. He's got the car now. He's got to do the whole.
Right. He's got to do
Yeah.
it, but he's got it.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to, the hardest thing is I've got to get more pictures of Johnny's car.
What about yourself?
Watch, hold on, look, we're all gonna disappear. We're finding our Hot Wheel cars.
Oh no!
I got one better.
Look, this is mine.
I
The
got,
orange bus.
Yeah.
I got.
Bus.
I can guarantee.
Yeah.
My cousin has wanted a VW bus for as long as I can remember.
Oh, those things, even the old ones are going like top dollar.
Yep. It was so hilarious because before we started YouTube, we went to this feed store that used to be called Beeline, and that's where we met Paragon Ridge Ranch. And when we were talking, who was it with the VW bus?
Oh,
Drew Lenz was traveling in his VW bus, and I didn't even know him then. And then when we started our YouTube adventure, then I figured out that's the guy
I
that
know
went
that
to
guy.
that went to Paragon Ridge Ranch.
But he didn't have long hair then.
Yeah, he
Back
did
when
not.
had short hair.
Mhm.
I got something I can almost 100% guarantee ain't none of y'all got.
I will need the emergency door. Don't ask gas.
Y'all know the little orange track that comes with the Hot Wheels?
Good night, Dan.
For in 2 weeks, whenever.
Right? Yeah, everybody follow?
Yes. Drew.
I work at a heat and air place, but we have a metal shop for making our own metal ductwork for like commercial jobs.
Yes,
And
they are.
I took some sheet metal and I made my own track.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
awesome.
Wow.
It don't do the loop-de-loops though. That ain't gonna work.
Sweet.
I ain't figured that part out yet.
Hey.
There's that famous hat Johnny.
Did you see my name, Johnny?
Excuse me.
Look at my name.
Yeah, there you go.
Just for you, Johnny. Just for you.
That's for you. Uh-huh.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Evelyn. So I'm glad you did that, Chris, because it's kind of like false advertising. That Texas Raider. I mean, you said whenever they told me that you were just basically up the road
That's awesome.
from JL.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? And you know what? You said something about pictures a while ago with the GTO, and there's a bunch of them.
I mean, Johnny, I've got the right side. I've got the passenger side. I got the driver's side, and I'm trying to get to I need to get the back, and then I need to get the more so of the front, because you've got a couple of decals in the videos and all that. I can't zoom in enough to see what they say. There's like one up in your front windshield, I think in the top passenger corner or something. It looks green or something.
That one says it's basically a heads up racing class series. I won a race one time, and that decal was one of them that I got. It's called I can't remember exactly what the name of it is, but I mean I can walk out there and look, but it's
Well, that's the reason why I'd ask for pictures from you, because if you just take pictures of your decals, then I could get them customized and made for the scale of your car.
That one over there's a decal right above the GTO emblem that's on the right side of my. Well, it's.
You have some cars over there underneath.
It says no fear. So no fear on above the GTO on the back of the car. So
yeah, okay. Is it yellow or is it orange?
It's yellow.
Okay, so
everything's yellow.
Okay,
of some shade. I'm getting I'm getting ready to change them all. I'm getting ready to peel all that stuff off. All the Judgment Day and all that stuff is all getting peeled off, and I'm going to restripe the car, and I'm going to make it. I'm just going to put Judge stripes all over it.
Well, the kit comes with Judge stripes.
Good night.
I figured I'd do the original since that's what you got.
Right. Yeah, everybody knows it that way. So I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it to change it up for the people at the track. Like they'll go, well, who's that? You know?
Yeah, because they know you now and they're scared of it.
Me
and Tony got a kick out of that every time we went up there for like the burnouts and stuff. The conversations between everybody else, like pit crews and stuff, they didn't want none. It was hilarious.
Good night, Lauren.
Good night.
Good night, Lauren.
What happened? I come in and everybody decided to leave.
They were scared.
Maybe it's not the car they're scared of.
Lauren left. God.
I know. Tina said, got to head to bed. Y'all have a good night. Good night, Tina and Eric. And then Dakota and Shayla are in.
Yeah. Hey, Dakota, how y'all doing? Good to see you.
I'll see Lauren in the morning.
There goes Xander.
Good night, Xander.
Man, I tell you what, maybe if I pop off, your crowd will come back.
Oh, whatever.
And I still got to get. I'm trying to get a daylight picture, what I can, of your actual green, so I can get close to it.
Yeah.
You know.
If you get a picture yourself, you will be close to it.
Yeah, that would be.
Well, I didn't. I missed out on the Arc when he was in Arc City.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. I mean, that's just an hour away from me.
Yeah, I go there every year. I mean,
September.
Yeah, it'll be there. Yeah, we'll be up there in September. We're also going to be in Norwalk, Ohio in August with it.
Well,
we're going to drag it all the way up there.
Well, I take Southwest Airlines, but they're charging for bags now.
No, it's July when we're going. We're going to be there in July because in August we're going to Alaska on a big old cruise ship.
Yep, you are.
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. Except for it ain't a rocket ship.
No.
That's the only thing that rhymes, so I ran with it.
Yeah.
I'd go on a cruise, but my wife won't go on a cruise, which means I won't go on a cruise. So I would go on a cruise, but I can't leave this one at home. So
I've seen Titanic.
I can't leave her at home. She gets into stuff.
Too bad.
You mean more animals?
Don't leave her at home unsupervised.
No, she'll tear the place up.
She'll be all giving the keys to the tractor to Corbin.
She probably would.
We're doing good in the middle of the big old waterline project.
I
Somehow
seen that.
I dropped my 90s at the store. I was going to run to Lowe's, but they close at 9. Wow.
That sucks. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Good night, Avid.
Dakota was talking about what happened whenever cruises, during COVID. because cruise lines required you to take that shot during COVID, and they had you mask up while you were on your cruise. So you took the shots, and then you had to wear a mask. And what kind of fun are your vacation pictures if everywhere you go you're like all masked up and stuff like that?
Or you walk up to somebody you think you know, and you're like, "Hey, do I know you?" Oh, never mind.
So what happened was, we were actually booked for a totally different Alaskan cruise back in 2000, and I believe it was 2020, or August. And it was a totally different cruise. It wasn't this one. It was with some other folks and everything else. And, they told us what all we were going to have to do in order to cruise. And I said, I'm not doing it. Not doing it, not wearing a mask, not taking shots, not doing any of that stuff. So we backed out on that one. But anyway.
Now, for those that have never been on a cruise ship, they're so dead burn big, you don't even feel it.
Oh, you ruined it. I was trying to freeze.
Especially if you get rooms not near the bow.
We're about mid trip, mid ship. We got a balcony room. Tony and Angie are going to be there with us. So they're going to be on the cruise. I'm looking at people out in the chat who are going to come. But anyway, we're going to have fun.
My wife and I used to go on cruises when we was in high school. We go up, drive up and down Main Street.
Hey, we still do.
Yeah,
We still do.
We still do. We still drag Maine on Friday, Saturday night sometimes.
Hey, one of the funniest things that happened to me not very long after I started pastoring at Southeast, we took a van load of kids to a youth revival at a church at Little Kansas. And so we're on our way back, not realizing it's burnout night in Jay. You ever been through Jay when it's burnout night?
Yep.
What they do is they'll have a whole bunch of kids with these jugs of laundry detergent, and they'll come up and offer to pour some on your tires if you'll burn them out right there in the middle of the street. And they were putting stuff on our tires. They had them so slick we couldn't hardly drive our church van down the road. We are not burning the tires on the church van, y'all.
That's funny.
They just run up there and pour that stuff on them back tires, and they're like, "Give it a go, man."
That reminds me of my cousin's wedding. They were leaving for the honeymoon after the wedding, and they had a front-wheel drive car. And so during the wedding, or after the wedding, when they were taking photos and doing all that stuff before, we went out to go decorate their car. And we cut a watermelon in half and jacked up the front of the car and put it down on each front tire on a watermelon. And they came out and got in the car and hit the gas, and it just spun and spun and spun.
Roger, I need your phone number so I can call you for some practical jokes so I can be prepared when it comes to Tim Killer time.
One of the funnier ones that I've seen lately on YouTube are these people who will put a whistle inside somebody's tailpipe or zip tie a harmonica up underneath the bumper or something like that. And they'll take video of this person driving down the road and it's starting to make noise and they slow down and it quits.
We also put baby powder in the air vents for the air conditioner.
We took, the big 4 foot long zip ties that the heat and air people use. We hooked 4 of them to the drive shaft underneath my boss's truck one time, and then we zip tied the universal joints to like the frame rails. So when he took off and he let up off the brake and didn't give it gas and just was going to let it kind of take off by itself, it just kind of rolled a little second and stopped. So he's like, "What the crap?" And then he gives it a little gas and it goes a little bit, but it won't go. It won't keep going. It keeps like stalling. So finally he gives it a lot of gas. Well, then they snap and he breaks traction. And then he's like, "Okay, fine. What the crap was that?" But he keeps going. And then the ones we hooked to the drive shaft start kicking in, and it's just da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He's like, what the crap is going on under there? So he stops and he gets out and looks, and he is not happy.
Flippin
He thought
says,
his truck was falling apart, and it was just a bunch of zip ties.
I had
Flippin says,
a
put Vaseline under the door handles.
Yep.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
did that to
about
rookies.
Vaseline. Gun grease works really good. I had gun grease whenever. Anyway,
I worked at a golf course when I was in high school,
at
and the
Willsie's.
mechanic that worked at the golf course that fixed all the mowers and everything when they break. I was out on the golf course mowing the fairway. Come back at the end of the day, go to get in my car. I start it up and start to drive off. Get to the end of the parking lot where there's a turn. I hit the brakes and the horn goes off. I kept going, thinking something's weird. Every time I hit the brakes, the horn would go off.
Oh no!
He had gotten into underneath my car and wired the brake switch to the horn. So every time I'd hit the brakes, I made it about a quarter mile and turned around and went back. And I'm like, "What did you do to my car?" And he just starts laughing and laughing. And he opened up the hood, and it was just 2 little alligator clips that he had jumped the wire. He grabbed it and yanked on it. He goes, "All right, you're good."
You know the air horns that you can get? Yeah, you take an air horn, you set it on the floor, and when the toilet seat comes down and it's got, like a piece of wood or whatever, and it hits it and pushes it down, that air horn goes off and scares the bejeebus out of whoever's sitting on the commode.
Well, good thing they're at the toilet already.
I froze again. I missed it.
There's heard that.
well, I don't know how many of you heard my idea for these
Julie.
tornado shelters inside of your apartment thing, but I come up with this idea. There's stuff rolling around in here. They always said you could crawl in your bathtub and pull a mattress over on top of you to be safe in an apartment from a tornado. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't believe it'll work, but why don't you just put the mattress there normally? And so you could make I guess if it was a shower, you could even have a water bed, but why not? If you want to be ready for a tornado, wouldn't you put your mattress in your bathtub together to where you was ready? If tornado come through at night, you need to be ready, right? And so that kind of got me to thinking about some other things. On your vehicle, you could be double ready and just carry your own padding, or maybe you have a tornado shelter like one of these. I can't remember what they call them, twister safe. That's put in your garage or something, and it bolts down to the concrete. It's supposed to be safe. Well, I built one of these in a house that I built. My son has now. I built it all out of heavy steel, and we didn't bolt it down to concrete. We poured the floor in around it, so it's in the concrete. And my dad, he's a pretty smart guy. He may be all wore out and getting old, but he's pretty smart. He looks at me and he says, you messed up. I said, how did I mess up? He said, you should have put a toilet in there, because if you're in that thing because of a tornado, you're going to need one.
5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, I can see that.
You're going to need one.
So it's not a gag or anything. It's just idiocy right here. My buddy, back whenever we used to cruise around all the time, he had a little, one of the little Mustang, it actually had a 4-cylinder, but it was what they call them, the
Fox body.
Fox body. Yeah, it was a Fox body Mustang.
Yep.
Well, anyway, it had the muffler would rattle against part of the floorboard at one point. Because it got it bent somehow or something like that. So anyway, we were driving around. It was rattling. He said, "I'm going to jump in there and fix that." So he gets out. I'm still sitting in the car. He gets out, and he does something, and then he gets back in the car and it's quiet when we're driving off. He said, I said, what'd you do? He said, I stuck an old shoe in there. I said, oh, you stuck an old shoe in there? Well, we got about 4 miles down the road like that. And somebody pulled up beside us and they were honking and waving and everything else. And we rolled down the windows and said, what's up? And they said, you're on fire. We were. The shoe was literally blazing underneath the car. So we got underneath, had to get underneath there and kick that shoe out of the exhaust system. So, it was stupidest thing,
It was a smoking hot ride.
Yeah.
Smoking hot rod.
Smoking.
Definitely
Yeah,
a hot foot.
it was not a Mustang 2, Tony. It was like a 90, probably real early 90s Mustang, and it had a 4-cylinder. It was not a Mustang 2.
Yeah, I didn't like when they put the 4-banger in the Mustang because you don't take the Great American Muscle Car and put a 4-banger in it.
Now, what? Did you just call that a muscle car?
Well, that's what it's called.
Did you? No.
I didn't say I agree with it. I've always heard the Ford Mustang is the Great American Muscle Car. That's what Ford calls it.
No. They called it the Great American Pony Car. The Mustang has always been a pony car, just like a Camaro. A Trans Am's a pony car. Anything that's not a
Pony car?
They're pony cars. A muscle car is a full frame, mid-sized car with a big engine in it. That's what a muscle car was originally. 64 is whenever they coined the term, and it was coined with the 64 GTO. And it was whenever they put the 389 in the Tempest body and came up with what they called the muscle car. But when Mustang came out, it was the Great American Pony Car. And Pony Car has stuck with everything that doesn't have a full frame, and it's basically Camaro, Mustang, things like that. So
all the 2 doors.
Well, yeah, muscle cars were always 2 doors, but what Dale's talking about there, they're like the Galaxy. What was the other one that the Ford liked to mess with? The older one, Fairlanes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Y'all ready for me to get
I never heard the term
up?
I do
like
the Torinos. They're a nice looking car too.
Well, you was talking about Trans Ams and Camaros. Well, I had some old trucks that I was running, and I had one that lost the drive shaft loose from the rear end. And I had to go, I couldn't find a seal for the thing anywhere but GM. So I had to go to the GM dealer. I went up here to Joplin, and Dakota, my son, was really young, probably about 7 maybe. And he went in there with me. Of course, to get to their parts department, you got to walk by their showroom. And they had a really nice, fancy, I'm sure it was top of the line Camaro or Trans Am. I don't remember sitting there. I went back there and picked up my parts. And when we went back out, Dakota had to stop and look at the thing. And we got nabbed by a salesman right away. He comes over there and he says, "Hey, what do you guys think of that car?" And I said, "Well, I don't need a car." And he looks at Dakota, and Dakota says to him, "It looks expensive." And the guy says, "If you start saving up your money now, you can buy that when you turn 16. And I looked at him and I said, if somebody bought that today and treated it badly, maybe he could buy that car when he was 16 if he saved up his money now. And Dakota looks square in the face of that salesman and says, "I'd rather have a Mustang."
So, can you bigify me for just a second?
Sure.
Okay.
And there's
And Paul's gone.
A pony car, compact, affordable, and stylish American car designed for performance. The Falcon rear-wheel drive have long hood and bucket seats. And then it talks about other notable pony cars, AMXs, Cougars, Camaros fall into that line. Trans Ams, just like what I used to have. What I used to drive a lot of Trans Ams around and stuff like that. We always called them pony cars. I never called any of that stuff a muscle car. Muscle cars to me and to most historians have full frames and or mid-size cars with the big engine put in. So
nice
sedans and
Bye,
things
Paul.
like that. Bye, Paul. He told his story and he left.
Yep.
While I was bigifying.
It was as I was bigifying.
As you were clicking it,
we stole his thunder.
Yep. I'd love to have a 69.
You had to go get more pickles.
All right.
But that's for Lori, who had never heard of pony cars. Lori, I can't believe you hadn't heard of pony cars. You've been around longer than I have, Lori.
Bye, Paul. My brother Roscoe had a 1964 Ford Fairlane 4-door.
I did too.
Just the facts, please.
So, Johnny, I guess what you'll have to do is you and Christine will have to go up to Oklahoma and do that there burnout night or something like that, or go cruising.
We've done it many times.
Well, no, I was going to say you've got to do it in either her Jeep or your little Willys.
I'd like to see that Willys doing a burnout.
Might get one revolution, right?
We'll have to do the watermelon trick on that deal.
Right.
God.
Or a lot of laundry soap.
Yeah, we'll have to like zip tie a bunch of watermelons all the way around the tire.
You have to do it in granny gear.
That was used everywhere, Lori. I didn't pull that up from the Oklahoma internet. Pulled it up from the World Wide Web.
So worldwide.
The www.
Oh Lord. Johnny, I kind of did a burnout the other day in my truck. It wasn't a full out like Judgment Day burnout where it starts walking sideways, but I broke the 37s loose. We were going up this hill and we came to the stop sign or stoplight at the top of the hill. We were going into the hospital when we went to pick up Maribel, and the light goes green and she takes off and I'm right behind her and I put it in first, and first is kind of a granny gear in that truck. So I just throw it down in second, and I guess I gave it a little too much and I broke the 37s loose. Faith was right with me. She goes, ooh, what the crap?
I don't think my Jeep could do a burnout if it was on a watermelon.
Yeah.
Well, they'll still say
if I really try, like if I push it and just dump the clutch, I can spin first and second and catch a third gear scratch. But I have to really try like everything it's got and time it just right to get it to break loose that much.
World has to be in the planet.
Yeah, it has to be aligned. Everything has to be aligned.
Sounds like my old Dart.
That's super.
Like I can break loose first anytime I want, but to catch second really good and to barely chirp third, timing has to be just right. And it helps, if it just rained, it makes it super nice.
Johnny don't like when it rains. I don't even like when it rains because then Johnny can't race.
Right? Every flipping weekend, it's like, hey, it's gonna rain. Hey, it's gonna rain. It's like, well, crap.
But I did see that they're having grudge racing and stuff this weekend.
They are having it this weekend. Actually,
Yep.
They are having grudge and TNT. I don't know that I'm going to be able to make it. I've got I'm trying to get some things out, and I may be gone all day Friday. I don't know, and that means I won't be able to get the car. I still don't have the throttle, the gas pedal fixed on that thing from where it came off the last time I was down there.
Yeah.
So But anyway, but that shouldn't take me but about 10. I could probably fix it while I'm down there in the pits if I just grab one, take it with me. But anyway.
So Johnny, when you go on that cruise, who's going to be taking care of your, Danny and all them?
Well, my brother lives right there on
That's
the
right.
property where the
right.
cattle are, so he can take care of the cattle side of things. And my daughter, they love it when we leave because my daughter and her husband, they load up and they come up here and they stay in our house while we're gone. They just live here because they love it up here. So, good night, Dawn.
Good night.
Good night. Well, the reason why I was asking is, and I forgot about because that one video you did where there was a newborn calf, and you were trying to get mom and calf somewhere out of the weather, and you put them in your brother's barn. I remember that once you said that. But I was going to say, if you need me to come down, even though they won't come close to me.
No, they won't.
I'm not going to be wearing a, camouflage cowboy hat.
I can tell you, if you went in the field, you'd be over here, they'd be way over there, and if you went over there, they'd be way over here.
But I would bring oatmeal cream cookies, so just maybe that might shoot their appetite.
Yeah, they I mean, LS is the best as in for the do it while build your own stuff kind of person. You can make 500 for under 5Ks, so it wins. Whatever. There's a lot of LSs out there. I beat so many LS motors, it's not even funny. So I don't fear if LS does not have a bunch of turbos and a really light car, they ain't gonna outrun that Pontiac on motor. Ain't happening. So
yeah, they were having their own debate in the.
Oh, they still are.
Yeah.
In the chat.
That's the great debate. It's the Ford versus Chevy guy thing.
Yeah, the Ford versus Chevy. Pontiac over here.
Right.
Dodge.
Yeah, I like my Cummins engines too. A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. But
see, that's the one thing she never did when she got her Dodges. She never got one with a diesel. And I think if she'd have got one with a diesel, I would have been on board with the Dodges, but she always got, like the first one she got had the 4.7 and it was complete garbage. It didn't have enough juice to take itself up the hill. Like there was just gutless wonder. Then she finally got one with the Hemi, which was better. Didn't have a problem with the engine, but it still had the Dodge electrical gremlins. And I like Dodges if they work. My problem with Dodges is every Dodge I've had to be anywhere near has always had electrical problems. I don't understand it. My dad had an old 92 Dakota and it had electrical problems. My mom's had a Grand Caravan when I was younger and it had electrical problems. Hers had problems. It's just, I don't know. If it wasn't for that, I don't have a problem with them. As long as it's not the little gutless 4.7.
The only electrical problem I've had with mine has been that one ton that I drive, and it was that way when I owned that truck 12 years before, or whatever, 12 or 14 years before, because I've owned it twice in its lifetime. Is every once in a while you'll be driving down the road, you'll just be cruising down the road, and all of a sudden the windshield wipers will make about 3 hits. And then stop.
And then just
that's the only thing.
Well, hers the
Hi Charles.
What was it, the 15, the blue one, the one with the Hemi, the blower quit working. The air conditioner had the little infotainment screen said it was all turned up, but nothing was working. So we look and the little fuse under the hood was like half melted but not blown. I'm like, well, that's not cool. It's supposed to blow up before it gets like it was melting the plastic part and breaking the connection, but it wasn't blowing the fuse.
Huh.
So we replaced
The
that
real Jeff is in.
half a dozen times, and then finally the whole infotainment center just was black, like it wouldn't show anything, and like that means you can't do anything with the radio and you can't do anything with the climate control because it was all that touchscreen crap. It was always electrical. Everything, any problem I've ever had with a Dodge has been electrical.
Well, see,
but the diesels seem to not have that problem.
Yeah, because we don't have all that junk.
Exactly. That's why I like my 94 because it doesn't have all that crap.
Well, my 03 Dodge Ram 1500 with the 5.7 doesn't have it either.
Yep.
Because, I mean, to me, it's like, you know how you've got the keyless startup and all that. You know, you got to be so close with your key fob, you know, because it's all bougie. And so, yeah, I mean, to me, the more ooh and ah and all that stuff, that's just something else that could break.
Oh, yeah, it's more moving parts. I hate it.
So, Dakota, you said anyone ever bulletproof a 6.7 Cummins grid heater? I'm buying a Dodge, and that grid heater has me concerned. We bulletproofed mine. You know how? We got rid of it. We got rid of we deleted the truck. So that took care of it right there. No worries.
Now, Johnny, you remember the Superbird, the race car? They had the big rear wing on the back.
Yep.
Would you consider that a muscle car?
The Superbird? Yeah.
Yeah, the Superbird.
They're mocking me. Who's mocking me?
Uh-oh, you're going to be on Johnny's list now.
Anyway, so
Troy.
Oh, how's Christine doing? Feeling?
She's doing well. She's in South Dakota right now. She went to dinner with her boss, her ex-boss, and her boss before that boss, I guess you'd call him. And they went to the Longhorn Steakhouse. She had a ribeye. She said it was really good. She said it was really red inside, which whenever we're at home, if one's red inside, she immediately can't eat it anymore, you know, and all that stuff. But there, she said it was great. And I said, well, that's because rare steak is really good, you know. I mean, it's kind of like the what do you call it? Call it the fat on meat is where your flavor actually comes from in your meat. Yes. And you know, the bone, yes, is where a lot of your flavor comes from.
Nope. Nope.
Turkey leg.
Me.
I know. I have a feeling there's going to be a turkey leg at 10 Killer.
Gotta be. We can get one from Red Fern Festival. Well, you know,
there you go.
Run up there, get a turkey leg. So
I love me a rare steak.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see this, but that's a Matchbox Richard Petty number 43 Superbird. You know how much they're asking for it on eBay? $110.
I believe it. I would have thought more than that.
I would too, but I was like,
some of those rare ones, you got to be careful on eBay though, because people put high prices on them, hoping that somebody that doesn't know any better will come along and buy it.
It's kind of like the auctions where they start high to see if anybody will bite.
If somebody will bite whenever they take off on an auction, you know, they've hooked them, you know. But I can tell you one thing. I was sitting there looking at Prefert 12-foot panels, you know, the green panels from Prefert. I was looking at it on my phone, the cost of the prefert panels, and those guys were running past the brand new price at the store on these old used bent up panels.
What's the point of doing the auction if you're going to pay worse than retail?
So I was like, "Are you kidding me, guys? Slow
Well,
down,
it's like
guys."
that. It's like that hay toter that you were looking at that one time that you eventually went and bought a new one. They pushed it right up there, just that close to brand new price. I'm like,
No,
what?
they were over brand new price.
Did they go over? Good.
Yes. So
that's ridiculous.
But I see something. Dakota said the emissions on this truck is deleted, but the grid heater for heat and fuel rails is a major failure point. It corrodes and a nut can fall in the back cylinder. I guess mine doesn't have it. I have a 6.7, and I don't. I don't know if you're talking about the glow plug. Yeah, I've got that. I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. I've got close to a couple of 100,000 miles on it. No issues whatsoever. It's the vehicle I
don't think it's glow plugs. I think they put in I've heard about it before. They have an actual grid heater that heats up like the fuel rails and stuff. It's not the glow plugs. It's a completely different grid heater for like it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if it's got a glow plug. All I know is I turn the key on, I get a little squiggly line, I let it sit there until it clicks, and then I fire it right up and I go, and I don't have any issue with it. So you can just, there's your personal person who's got.
I was going to tell you, Johnny, I want to get your idea on this. I think I found out why my truck was being such a pain in the butt to start. When I got the new batteries, it still didn't want to start that great, like it should with brand new batteries.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need new glow plugs, because what I did the other day to get it to start after I don't drive it, but usually on the weekends anyway, because I drive the take home van to work back and forth every day, so I don't get a chance to drive it as often as I want to. Well, if I turn the key and the wait to start light kicks on, if I wait till that light kicks off and just crank it, it wants to crank forever and doesn't want to start up. But if I turn the key a couple of times and let the light hit like 2 or 3 times, then it fires right up like it's nothing's wrong with it. So now I think I need.
What vehicle is that?
The 94 1-ton, the one I took to JL's.
Yeah.
If I let the wait to start light, if I hit it a couple of times, then it fires right up like there's nothing wrong. But if I go out there and just do it once and crank on it, it'll just crankety forever. So I think I'm gonna think about throwing some new glow plugs in it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean it sounds like when tractors, whenever they need glow plugs.
Yeah.
I mean that's what's always happened with them. But Dakota, I encourage you to look in the grid heater failure because I hate to hear about your back cylinder getting eaten up. Okay. So
is that your flatbed, Johnny, or the one that has the bed on it is the 6.7?
That's a 6.7, yeah, the 3/4 ton.
3/4 ton.
Yeah. So I've never heard of that either. I've got a lot of friends. My buddy runs a wrecker service, and most of his, every wrecker he has a 6.7 in it, Cummins, and he's never ever mentioned any of that. He's never had a problem with any of it, and he runs them to about 400 and something thousand miles. So, I'm just saying. Just woke up from my nap, still car part stuff. I'll go back sleep.
Just think, Jennifer, of all this knowledge that you're getting, so you know what vehicle, when you get ready to buy your own vehicle, you know what vehicles are good and what's bad.
I've been happy with mine. So, I mean, just saying, I've had, I don't know how many Dodge trucks, and I haven't really had any trouble with any of them hardly.
The only thing that I have come across in my 2003 is that, and I've never heard of it, but apparently it's a thing, is that the dash will start cracking and all this jazz. Well, the Texas heat finally got to, I guess, my dash and cracked it. So, and at the same time, I had to replace the 3 diverters. I can't remember if that's what the proper terminology. In other words, if you go from defrost to air conditioning, there's little plastic switches or something that closes the vent to divert the air up or out to the vent. I want to, but anyhow, and I said, okay, well, we'll rip out the dash, get those 3 replaced, and then I've got a brand new dash I bought. Well, the dash didn't, for some reason, they didn't know how to do it or whatever, and I hadn't got it fixed, so I just left it as it is.
You should watch some Andrew Camarada stuff if you want to see. If you want to see somebody with a old Dodge pickup doing some wild stuff with a dash and a chainsaw and stuff like that. I watched him install a radio with a chainsaw in his
You're
his
kidding.
94, or no, his 2004 Dodge Ram 2500 pickup. I watched him install. He used a chainsaw to cut a hole to put a big screen radio in it. It was crazy. I've been
watching that guy since before he had his castle.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, send me that his name. Text it to me so I can look it up, so I can have a good laugh.
Andrew
that
Camarada.
castle's something else. When he stood that ocean container on end, that was something else.
Thanks, Tony.
Yes, and he'll Andrew does everything wrong. I mean, as far as YouTube goes,
yeah. 3-hour videos.
3-hour videos doesn't make a thumbnail that grabby.
No.
He puts a title on there that says mowing the lawn, and it'll be 3 hours long.
Well,
and you'll go,
what was the last one? Fixing widening the driveway. And
widening the driveway is. Yeah, how long was that one? 3 hours and something?
I think that was a 3-hour one. Yeah.
Yeah, widening the driveway.
Installing some drainage ditches and widening the driveway.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And you know what? I sat there and watched it for 3 hours.
I did too. I watched every second of it all the way through, because Andrew Camarada is just, I tell you what, whenever you go to these deals and they tell you what to do on YouTube, all you have to do is go see what Andrew Camarada does, and everything he does is what they say don't do. Yeah. But it works for him. It absolutely works for him.
And he buys equipment off of like the Purple Wave auction, because I've seen like that multicolor one it's got like the yellow on it and the red and the blue, and then the boom's a different color. And I saw that one on Purple Wave before he bought it, so I know he buys stuff off of like the little equipment auctions. But he's a mechanic on them, so he don't care if they don't work, because he can fix them. So it's like those mechanic specials sometimes are
welcome back, Maribel.
Best way to go. If you know how to fix them, then by all means, that's a cheaper route.
Well, I tell you what, if you want to see what a good truck is, if it can stand up to Andrew, it's probably a pretty decent truck. He's got a single cab, 2004 Ram 2500 with a 6-speed standard transmission in it, and it's got that one's got the 5.9 Cummins in it. And I tell you what, that thing has been through the ringer bad.
Is this him?
And that's him, Andrew Camarada.
All right.
Yep. He even makes his channel name just his name. I mean, it's just Andrew Camarada. It'd be like Johnny Gillum.
Right.
Someone needs to put his channel link inside the chat.
Yeah, he does. He's got million. I don't know how many million subscribers he's got right now. I know it's over a million. It
Oh,
might
yeah.
be. It's close to 2 million, I think.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, I've been
Well, he's
watching
got
for a
2
long
million and
time.
one now.
Yeah, I used to want to build a house out of shipping containers, and I bought one at an auction probably 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Moved it to my parents' place and had the intentions of building it out into a little tiny house and then buying property and moving it. And then my parents built their cabin, a barn, a carport with a walkway to the cabin, a septic system all in front of it. So now the only way I'd be able to get it out would be a crane lifting it over the barn. And I'm like, well, by the time I do that, it costs me less to just buy a new one. So I told my dad that that's his container now.
The most boring channel over, says Dale. Andrew, come right to jail. I tell you what, it's anything but boring, though. It's crazy. I mean, he didn't even hardly ever even talk.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, what do you have to move a shipping container there? I mean, like without lifting it, what would you move it with?
When I moved it there, I hired a company they brought an old Dodge pickup from I think it was a first gen Dodge and a flatbed trailer. Charged me $1,000 to move it like 30 miles.
Yeah.
So now if I wanted to get that one, I'd have to probably hire somebody with a truck and a trailer to come and a crane to lift it over the barn and put it on the trailer. And then
There's no way to slide it around it anywhere at all.
no, because the only space that there's really to get it out is where the septic system is. So you can't drive over that. So I basically told my dad that's your container, and they use it for storage now.
Oh.
But when I bought it, they had just bought the property, and it was supposed to be a temporary thing. I said, well, where do you want me to put it? And he's like, put it back there in the back. So I put it back there in the back, and then it sat there for long enough for them to build a cabin and a barn and put a septic system in and a chicken pen. And but I've kind of changed my mind anyway, though, on building out of shipping containers because too many condensation issues, and it's not really any cheaper by the time you do everything you have to do to. I always had this dream back when I was in college back in the late 90s. I saw a video on one of the home networks or something, and it was this couple from New Jersey, and the husband was an architect and the wife was an interior designer, and they built their house out of 8 or 9 shipping containers. And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, and I wanted to do it so bad, and I talked about it for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden they became popular and the prices of shipping containers skyrocketed, and I've lost interest in doing that. So now I'm living in a bus instead.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I found some pretty cheap buses at the auctions and stuff like that. You can get one real reasonable, and you can get. Go ahead.
I don't remember exactly, but I think I paid about $5,000 for this one.
Oh, I can get them a lot cheaper than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where you're at. I saw that you were, it was snowing up there.
Well, no, that was just black and white.
Oh, okay. So where are you at?
I'm in East Texas.
Oh, okay. So you're in Texas. Never mind. You're in Texas. Yeah. We get.
That's why they're so expensive.
I can get you a bus here for a couple $1,000, a good one.
Yeah. You missed it earlier. I was telling them that I bought this one off of Facebook Marketplace. It was a diesel mechanic that ran his own 18-wheeler repair.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody in his family had convinced him to buy a bunch of buses and rent them out. And so he did, and then realized it was going to cost him more in maintenance than he was making renting them out. So he decided to sell them all, posted it on Facebook Marketplace down in Leak City. And I drove down and picked one out and drove it home.
Yeah. I've moved a few shipping containers for folks and stuff like that, but generally it's because I'm working in the area with the dozer, and a neighbor will come over and say, can you pull this from here to over there or whatever? And I
Yeah.
hook onto it and move it wherever. But yeah, OpeCon, you hadn't heard of Andrew Camarada, whatever, but you know, now you have.
Well, 1.54 million people have.
Yeah, that have subscribed to him, and I can tell you, he's got videos with many millions of views on them.
Yeah.
Singles. So yeah.
Dakota, you will love him.
He's probably forgotten more knowledge on fixing stuff than I'll ever have in my lifetime.
I'll tell you what, making those building castles. He's trying to. I noticed his videos lately have mainly been working at his old place, and I don't know if it's because of the fact that he can't get the building permits to do the new castle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one up on the mountaintop. Because he was saying that they're having a lot of trouble with getting permits for up there. Hey, Lori, how are you?
I'm good, Johnny. How are you?
Hi, sweet.
I have to explain. When I said I hadn't heard about, I just never heard of it. It's really weird because, I mean, I've been around people that were into cars for a long time, and I never heard of pony car.
Yep.
Anyway,
Now you
and
have.
when you read in chat that I said something about what the heck was it?
You said something about it must be an Oklahoma thing or something.
No. I mean, after that, I was commenting on the windshield wipers going.
Oh, I guess
I said, yeah. I said, yeah, they were mocking you.
Oh, the windshield
Dumb
wipers.
guy. Because Jerry and I used to have this thing where, you know, you'd accidentally hit the windshield wiper and they'd start going. And then he says, yeah, dumb guy.
Hi, Janae.
Hey, Janae.
It really screwed my head with her changing her name to Tuesdays with Joy.
Yeah, that kind of confused the heck out of me.
Yeah.
Dale, he's nothing like Whistling Diesel. He's nothing like.
He's not tearing stuff up to tear stuff up. He just doesn't care what it looks like as long as it works.
Yes, his stuff works. I'm just telling you, he
doesn't buy stuff just to tear it up. he don't care if he has to tear it up to make it do what he wants.
Yeah.
Hi, Mod Mother.
Function over form. He don't care what it looks like as long as it works.
Yes, he's not. I know he said that what was it, that Tesla truck, that Cybertruck, that new truck that they came out with. He was talking about getting one because he liked the fact that it was all stainless steel, because everything up there rust where he's at. I mean, that's big thing is everything rusts out. And he said every vehicle needs to be made completely out of stainless steel. And, you know, they need to get rid of plastic, and they need to do this, and they need to, you know, everything just needs to be built certain ways. He never did get the truck. He could afford one. I'm telling you, he could buy one if he wanted to. But Andrew, he doesn't come off as a rich guy. He comes off as like.
Well, you see what he drives around when he's not driving the truck. It's like a Mercury Mountaineer or a 4Runner or something like that.
Yeah, it's like what is it? Like a 92?
I think, it's like a late 90s, like a 98 or 99 4Runner or something like that.
It's not a 4Runner. Is it a Mitsubishi or is it a?
It might be.
It's something like that. It's some kind of, and they went on vacation and the fuel pump went out on it, and they just stopped in the parking lot and he changed his fuel pump under the back seat has to pull the back seat out and then go through a hole in the floor. And, I'm just saying he's there. He's like, it's just the way he is.
Amying it.
He doesn't tear stuff up just to tear it up. If it tears up, it's because it didn't pass the Andrew test, I guess you'd call it.
You gotta scroll down.
I'm sorry, Janae. I had to scroll down. I didn't see you in
That's
there.
one thing I don't like about the StreamYard is once you get 5 people on there, if you get number 6, it's down here underneath, and you gotta actually scroll down. And if you don't know they're down there, you don't know to scroll down to look for them. Yeah, my bad. Our bad. Her bad. She's got the mouse.
Hey y'all, Chris, Amy, Chris, Johnny, Lori. Who else is up there? Someone else up there.
Roger.
It's
hey,
Roger.
Yes. Roger, base camp.
He said he'd be back.
Hi, Jenny.
There he is.
Hey, there's Roger. How y'all doing?
Well,
Is Trey ever coming on panel? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, I don't care. I was just asking because somebody was asking me.
Well, he says up here that he's aiming it going in and out.
Dale and my other brother, Dale.
Does that mean he's falling asleep and dozing off every now and then?
Probably.
Dude, one time after her live, Trey called and was talking to her for a minute about some, I don't know, YouTube crap because, that's what they talk about. And then I started talking to him. I asked him about his work and whatnot because it's been a while now, but it was right after we first met him. And then I started talking to him for a little bit, and I looked over, and she's over here snoring. She's just passed the crap out. And me and Trey were sitting on the phone for like 2 hours talking while Amy's over here snoring. I'm like, well, I guess I need to go to bed since she's over here thawing logs. So we did. We started talking about work and this and that and something else, and
I was out.
she was just done with it. She was.
I was done with the conversation. I'm like Jennifer.
Yeah.
But in real life, once you start talking certain things, I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out. In real life, he called and talked to me and ended up talking to Chris the whole time.
So, but so we got to talk about trucks. We got to talk about, pony cars and muscle cars. We got to talk about, oh yeah, you guys were talking about Garth Brooks earlier. I'm like, who in the world would even listen to that guy?
Well, I listen to the early stuff, but I won't listen to the current stuff.
Just like I can't jive to Garth at all. I mean, Garth is out there. He's kind of went off the
off the cliff.
Well, see, that's what I thought back when I was growing up about Johnny Cash.
Well, he kind of did too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dale's going night.
My vacations, but not by choice. Yeah, you out there on the side of the road putting a fuel pump in. Yeah.
Well, apparently make a video and you can be like Andrew.
Yeah.
You're talking about putting a fuel pump in. That during Hurricane Beryl, I was down at my sister's in Kingwood, and her power went out while I was there. She was in Thailand, and I was there puppy sitting and nephew sitting. And power went out for like a week while I was there because of the hurricane. So I went over to my parents' house and got a generator, but none of the gas stations were open, so I had no gas for it. So we start trying to siphon gas out of my Jeep, and apparently on my Jeep there's something in it that blocks it, so you can't stick a hose down in the gas tank. Mm-hmm. So the neighbor comes over and sees that I have a generator, so he starts trying to siphon gas out of his BMW so that we can put the generator so he can plug his refrigerator into my generator if I can get it running.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hi,
after
Serena.
2 or 3, 4 different cars, my nephew had a 91 Mazda Miata, and we got on YouTube and found that on the package tray of his Miata, there's carpet. It's a little 2-door car, and if you pull the carpet up, there's where the fuel pump mounts. So we pulled out just enough screws out of the fuel pump to pull it up enough to stuff a hose down in there, and we siphoned out like 6 gallons of gas out of his Miata so we could run the generator for a couple days.
Yep. You got to be, you got to know how to, you just got to be like that where you can just make things work.
Yeah.
I've siphoned gas out of a car, but it wasn't really siphoning gas. I had the car do it anyway. I just went underneath the truck and hit the frame rail and took out the fuel filter, the inline fuel filter on the frame rail. And then I just put the gas can, the filler neck, the little curvy filler neck. I stuck that on there, and I just turned the key on, let the fuel pump it into the gas
Let
can.
her rip.
You mean, Chris, you've never used an Oklahoma credit card?
No.
So we've siphoned. I've had so much gas in my mouth. I hate to even talk about it. But anyway,
I don't feel bad. I hopped a curve and I put a big hole under the oil pan.
Oh no. So Amy asked, what kind of music do we like to listen to? Well, I can tell you right now, I like metal. So,
you can tell by your time lapse on your video.
Rock, and I like metal.
So, they got some good bands. Faith band. Excuse me. I love all genres. My very favorite is everything musical because
like
I'm really musical. I play the clarinet. I'm a nerd since I was a little girl. My mama got my clarinet from a lady who had, that was what do they call them? Garage sales and things like that. And my aunt and my mom are twins, so they were fighting over the clarinet because my aunt wanted it for my cousin Jason, and my mom said, that one's going to Jenny, not Jason. And she was like, I'm going to get it. So they paid $22 for my clarinet. Now, I didn't know what I had, but it was the ugliest clarinet box because all the other kids had them shiny black boxes, but mine, it was tattered, and it was this burgundy leather with wood on the outside.
Well worn.
It was a different case, and I didn't care. I was a child. I didn't know. I'm just like, yeah, man, because I love music. I mean, my headphones were on 24/7. I had that headset under my bunk bed. My sister was on the top bunk, and I was like jamming to my music. I've always been singing, so I'm very musical, right? So here she goes, and of course, and my mom, she's like, nah, this is coming with us. So she ended up getting it, and I ended up playing the clarinet. And later on, I found out my clarinet was an all wooden clarinet. It was not plastic like the other kids had. And the first
clarinet.
a real clarinet's called a LeBlanc. I have a LeBlanc, and I love it. I play the piano by ear. I've always loved my clarinet, and the very first song I played on it was Star Wars. Yeah. So that's my little story. So y'all, what's your favorite stuff? A style of music? Johnny said he loves metal. I love
classic rock and metal. I mean,
classic
when I
rock.
say metal, I'm talking stuff like
Nazareth.
well, that's not really metal. That's classic rock. No, I'm talking about Metallica.
I knew it. I was going to say
Before the
Metallica.
Black Album.
I love Metallica.
Sandman.
Yeah, Enter Sandman, things like that. But classic rock, back to back into the 70s and stuff like that, stuff that I grew up with.
Yeah.
I
That's
like
good.
pretty much
Mhm.
anything before 2000.
Mhm.
Music
Ace,
nowadays is too hard to listen to. It's weird.
y'all
Yeah,
put what you love in
AC/DC.
chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ace likes AC/DC. They're all writing in chat. Angie says
I
classic
just
rock
love
for
it.
her. How about Chris and Amy? How about y'all?
We're a
I'm
mixture.
right there with the AC/DC and the Metallica.
I like
Mhm.
country music.
Classic rock.
Classic country.
Country.
I do classic country. I don't do the new country. I can't.
Right. Yeah, the classic stuff.
I like my brain too much.
And I'm
Right.
with
Yeah.
I
A
listen
lot
to
of.
Christian music.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Right.
listen to a lot of Christian music.
Mhm. What's one of your favorite ones, Amy?
Oh,
You,
there's a
you had.
lot.
I know you love a lot of
Which
them,
one
but
did we see
Plum.
when we were at?
what?
No, it was the one we
What she said?
watched. I'm not saying that can't be your thing, but
Yeah.
what was that one lady we listened to at
Carrie
Victory?
Job.
Yes,
Carrie Job
Mhm.
we saw in concert
at Victory.
at Victory. Hmm.
Perks of being a guard at Victory is I got to go to the concerts for free. It was kind of
Awesome.
nice.
Yeah. We have Sammy Kershaw is coming up here, and a bunch of them. Well, actually, we're just at the Strawberry Festival they have going on. It happens. All the country artists come. I mean, you can imagine country artists out here, and they're coming up. What month is it coming up? It's another one's coming up too. Well, a bunch of beautiful. I mean, there's always something to do, and if that's your hobbies, I live and breathe music. It's life to me, and I everything I relate to music. So, and how about Chris from Texas Radar 1122? What's your favorite style music?
60s, 70s, and 80s.
Awesome.
As far as hard metal, there's one song I like from the group called Disturbed. It's called "The Sound of Silence," and which is the Art Garfunkel and all that, which is a
Yes.
remake. But I have used his video to when we lost our detective who was killed in the line of duty.
Hmm.
After a while, I wanted to make a video of pictures of him and all of the pictures that were taken of the funeral and all that, and
Hmm.
it fit that song, and so I was going to incorporate. I still haven't figured out how to incorporate the song to the pictures.
Hmm. That's a beautiful band. I mean, the lead singer on that band reaches out to a lot of genres, a lot of ages, and encourages them with some positive messages. I have to hand it to him too. And
But I also listened to Sandy Patty, who's a
yes,
Christian, and
yes.
my
Oh,
favorite is Via Dolorosa.
oh, I love that song. I love singing that song too.
I like
That's a,
Hillsong too.
I love Sandy Patty. Absolutely classic.
And yes,
Beautiful.
I had when I lived in Israel, I went down all the places that I could go to,
Hmm.
as far as where things occurred.
That might be the only rap I can listen to.
Hmm.
Um,
What about
yeah,
Roger?
the Christian rap. Yeah, I can get into the Christian rap. That is just. I mean, to listen to some of that,
Hmm.
it's good. But the regular rap, I'm just like, no, that
Well,
ain't.
I do like a lot of. I actually love both sides actually because I do like. Y'all won't believe this, but I listen to Lil Wayne sometimes, and I do listen to Kirk Franklin. You know, and just classic things. There's no. I believe the only type of music that I will not listen to is the stuff that's really extremely um, uh, so metal that you can't make it out and it becomes worse than headbanging, or if there's a lot of cuss words, or if the music is played backwards and it has those meanings. I won't even touch those bands. But as far as, you know, genres, there's so much beauty in all styles of music, and it's really inspirational for human beings to tap into that. So how about Roger from Base Camp Unbounded?
I listen these days mostly to country, but
Mm-hmm.
in my younger years, I would listen to just about anything and everything. All kinds of, from hardcore metal to gangster rap to, 60s, 70s, the Beatles, Leonard Skinner,
Oh
Led
yeah, good.
Zeppelin, like
Nice. Yeah.
What's your treat?
Uh-huh.
everything. I mean, I didn't really have a favorite genre. I just whatever was on. If I felt like it had a good rhythm and a good beat, then I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're talking
I'm
about playing the clarinet. I played the saxophone for 7 years, middle school through
That-
high school.
That's
I
awesome.
I agree, Kelly.
Yeah, those are good ones too, Serena. I like those. And I like Kelly's too. I can listen to that classical music just laying around or just sitting. I can listen to,
It's kind of situational. It's not something you don't want to put on some J.S. Bach and go driving down Memorial. It's not
No.
really driving music.
No.
But
No.
if the occasion calls for it, I can get behind some Beethoven.
Yeah.
And there's a group on YouTube that does covers, like the piano guys and then the two cellos. The two cellos guys are nuts. They took AC/DC and did it on two cellos, and it is on point.
Yes.
It's
The
craziness what they can do with those two
Awesome.
cellos.
banjo cover.
Oh,
He froze again.
he froze again.
He
Dang.
froze.
Which one froze, Chris or Roger?
Roger.
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 His Starlink's giving him fit. There you
Oh,
go.
there you are.
Hey.
Now I was saying there's a video. It's been around for years now. Bunch of
Awesome.
hillbillies up in the mountains playing AC/DC on banjos, and
Hey, yeah, why not?
Oh, they got the little moonshine jugs too. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. They're like blowing at the top of the moonshine jug with banjo. Yeah, I think I've seen that one.
video
I
starts
love
out. A guy comes
banjo.
riding up on his riding lawnmower, and you hear the banjo with the
I
opening.
need to get me a banjo. I love banjos, violins, all that stuff. Like I need every instrument. Actually, I need to have every instrument. One big music room. Have at it.
Put it right there.
Oh, okay.
I love what Kelly says.
Right.
She says, Kelly from Rebel Heart, I even listen to Bach, Beethoven, and Mozart once in a while. That's awesome.
When I was in high school, I used to listen to the Metallica's Black album in my headphones to go to sleep at night.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Lay down and put my headphones in and just lay there and listen to it. And something about it would just relax me. And it seems like an odd choice to go to sleep at night, but something about it would relax me, and I would just lay there until I couldn't hold my eyes open anymore, and then I'd turn it off, put the headphones down, and pass out.
Last concert that me and Christine went to was Rush,
Mm-hmm.
and I like some Rush.
Yeah.
So
Dana, wow. Tim Mason says, I had Dana singing along with Metallica the other day. Couldn't believe it. That's awesome. What about Lori? Lori, what style of music do you love?
I'm partial to folk and country, old country,
Mm-hmm.
like 50s and 60s.
Loretta
and
Lynn?
70s.
Merle Haggard?
Hi,
Eh,
Des.
Say John Denver and she'll put
eh,
her thumbs up.
John Denver,
little
Lori?
Dolly Parton.
Country roads take me home.
John Denver. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
he's more,
right.
he's kind of folky.
Oh, I love folk
He's
artists.
kind of
too.
a
Yes.
country folk.
Yeah.
Um,
Who is Bryson
Nancy
Gray?
Griffith.
Dakota? Shayla? I want to hear that. They are Robbins. Y'all heard of them? Bryson Gray?
I could tell some kind of a witty story and kind of disappear right here, but I'm gonna have to hop off, guys.
All right.
I'm just gonna basically tell you I'm gonna hop off. But it was fun being on here. I hope I see everybody at 10 Killer,
Mm-hmm.
and
He
you
did.
guys are doing a great job. When at the beginning of your live, whenever you were talking about it and everything like that, and that's awesome. That's what the committee does. And
Yep.
so anyway, we hope to see everybody there. Anyway,
What?
good night, everybody.
Thank you,
Good night,
Hi,
Johnny.
Johnny.
Bye bye.
And good night.
Say hi to Christine.
Love to Christine.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Those
I
peaceful
appreciate
days.
everybody who's, who come up, for our live. And Roger, it's good to have you back on panel. That is awesome.
I'll
Yeah,
try not to make it be so long next time.
yes.
Oh.
Right.
Don't leave us hanging, man. I was like, where's this guy at?
Peaceful Death wants to say hey to Roger. She's meeting Roger for the first time.
Yeah, it's been a while, so I life happens.
Yep,
Get busy, and
Yeah.
life does happen.
Absolutely.
It's good having you up on panel again. Yeah.
It's good to finally meet you because I've been subbing to your channel. So
well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope to have some videos up soon too. So I know it's been a while.
we'll do a
I
bunch
still
of
haven't put
your
one out.
Matchbox cars.
I'm actually thinking of starting another channel for that. I want to start doing customizations. I actually ordered
That's a good idea.
an airbrush that I've wanted since I was a kid and never had one. I finally broke down and bought one. And,
Do you make them?
No, I want to do customs. Take them apart, repaint them, change out the wheels, add detail that they don't come with, like headlights and.
I saw this guy the other day took a Hot Wheels like this size, Hot Wheels, and he made it remote control, like these little tiny itty bitty micro servos and stuff. It was just nuts. That's a whole nother level of ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was cool. I sat there and watched it, but
There's
it
a
was
channel
ridiculous.
called Tolle, I think Tolle Garage.
Okay. Uh-huh.
That guy, he does custom Hot Wheels that are just incredible. Like his videos, he uses macro lenses and he gets in real close and he uses these little fine tip paint brushes and paints the
Yeah.
headlights in and paints all the detail
Wow.
inside so it's not just the black plastic. And
I see
something
it. I found the channel. I'm going to put it in chat. So y'all have it.
I'll sit there and watch his videos for hours sometimes. Just put them on and not really watch them, but have them on in the background and just be doing other stuff. A lot of times when I'm working.
Right.
So when is 10 Killer, Amy?
Right there.
Yeah, it's scrolling at the
I'm
bottom.
looking. I'm
It's April.
scrolling it.
This one off.
April
It is
26th.
April
April 25th,
25th,
26th,
26th,
and
27th.
27.
Yep.
Cherokee Landing State Park, Park Hill, Oklahoma, Creek Shelter Pavilion.
Well, Sunday morning it will be the Creekside
Yes.
Pavilion because we're going to have Tony on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that.
He will
That's
either
be
be
awesome.
in person or
Do
he will
y'all-
be live streamed in.
Okay, do y'all have a RV rental place that can come and just plop a camper there down there?
Yep.
There's several.
That's what we're doing.
And that's what we're doing.
Can
We've
y'all send me
already
the
rented.
contact? Can y'all get me that contact? Because I'd rather do that. It's just right there. It's a lot easier.
I'm still waiting for them to send me their account number so I can get an RV.
You mean rent one?
Yeah, just rent it, not buy one. Because all this super chats and all these,
No,
And they're working this week. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Because that one week there was a lot of people having
last week.
Last week they were having problems, able to do it. So I'm glad they were working this week. 30 days until Operation Rendezvous, but 29 for me. Yep.
One of these days I'll make it to another meetup.
It's the 25th, 26th, and 27th, but we're going down Thursday.
Yeah, we'll be there Thursday.
So we're gonna be there the day before.
Mhm.
The one Des is going to.
No,
No,
Oh, you're
Killer.
talking about.
Killer.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
We're going down the day early to help make sure everything gets squared away.
Yep.
Roger was saying something. Was that Roger? I heard he said he wants to go to a meetup.
Yeah, I was just saying one of these days I'll make it to another meetup. I was supposed to go to Pinecone Fest, and then
Well, it was
financially,
Yeah.
I was talking about having to get new tires earlier. That's why I wasn't able to make it to Pinecone Fest.
Gotcha.
We will
Yeah.
also, says
We're going
Tony.
Thursday.
Yep. They're going Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully you get to make it to another meetup. I hadn't heard anything about BAMFest or anything like that again this year, so
I doubt they're gonna have anything.
yeah, I doubt they're gonna do that again this
They're
year.
gonna be having a baby soon,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yep.
I'd be real surprised if they ever did another one.
Yep. It was great when when they had it, so that was pretty fun. Just hanging around, laughing.
And we met new people.
We met new people.
We met other people that we met at Tin Killer that were there too.
Yep. So.
And we knew Chrissy before any of it. So that
before anything, we knew Chrissy from Paragon Ridge Ranch.
Chrissy.
Well, you all dropped them.
I was talking to Chrissy about my parents losing a bunch of their chickens at Bandfest. What was the name of the restaurant bar that we went to?
Oh crap!
Oh, you would ask.
If you hadn't asked, I probably thought of
it. It was. We were there, and I was talking to her the night before at the hotel, and I was telling her about that my parents had about 30 or 40 chickens, and they left for the weekend and came back, and all their chickens but 5 were dead, and we never figured out why. They weren't carried off, they weren't mutilated, they were just all dead. And so I was telling Chrissy about it. Well, the next day before we went to the restaurant, I guess Chrissy and Jeremy went back to their property to check on their animals and feed them and do all that. She came back and brought me a dozen eggs to take to my parents to put in their incubator.
Wow.
All different breeds, and said that it just was on her heart to help because she felt bad that my parents had lost all their chickens. So I drove a dozen eggs back from Oklahoma to Texas and gave them to my parents. They put them in the incubator, and 7 of them ended up hatching, but 1 of them didn't make it. So they ended up with six new chickens. And I just thought it was never met Chrissy before that. Never really. I'd followed their channel and watched some of their videos, but I'd never really interacted with them. And that's the kind of person that she is. And
yeah,
great.
Sweet. Did y'all see Jack? He was at that auction with the chickens.
Yeah.
Dyer Family Farms. Boy, they had some pretty eggs, y'all. Amy, y'all missed that. They had a good mixture. They even had a barnyard mix of eggs. They had Orpingtons. They had all beautiful Cornish. They had Silkies. They had a Cinnamoni, whatever. And then they had such good deals. And you have to, when you get them, and put them in the incubator. But they
nice.
That's cool, Ed. I didn't know that you met them almost 5 years ago. That's pretty cool. I mean, I've seen them in on the chat and stuff, but
that chicken palace they built.
Yeah, right? I know, right?
That thing is crazy.
That's what he wants to do.
Not exactly
that, but he wants.
I'm not doing it where we can keep them all separate. I just want a 20-footer, and we're going to use part of it for the hen house and part of it for storage to keep everything out of the feed.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, no.
I'm doing one person door and one chicken door, and then the other half of the container is storage.
I'm gonna turn my outdoor shower into a small chicken coop. build a run onto it, enclose it, and
Both.
I'm going to get like 3 or 4 chickens, just enough to have 2 or 3 eggs a day for breakfast. I'm not trying to raise a flock of chickens. I just want.
Is that their website, Amy and oh goodness, Rob?
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yes.
Forgive
We hatched out 49 chicks last
Mhm,
few months.
Roger.
That is cool.
Dang, Tony.
And Dakota, I say y'all do both.
Mhm.
The answer is yes.
Yes. Yes,
Just
the
a-
answer is yes.
Yeah, just yes.
Yes.
I missed that. What the answer is? Yes to what?
He said, I bought some silky roosters. Should I do a butcher and cook video?
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes. Well, Miss Lori, are y'all planning on doing
3
the
hours.
are y'all planning on going live tonight?
And
I don't think so.
Right.
Yeah.
No. No.
I've got.
I don't
Well,
think so.
I'm not.
Hicks went
I've
to
got
Josh to
another
help
channel
him.
I'm monitoring right now. Lori knows, but
21 chicks went to Josh to help him out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
have to
sweet.
agree, Evelyn is a doll. She is such a sweetheart.
and a savior.
I love Miss Evelyn. I love
I
my
can't
sister.
brag about her enough. That and Ace. Ace
Dakota. Yeah. The meat in Silkies is black. It could be interesting, Dakota says.
Yep.
Well, y'all, I've been on for over 3 hours, and
in 1 minute.
I've got to.
1 minute.
Isn't that what I said earlier? The hour
What?
and a half mark? You were
Yep.
halfway?
Yeah.
That's what I
Yep.
said.
He called it. But hey, last week I was only live for an hour and 30 minutes. So
Mm-hmm.
Giving people withdrawals.
I know I was giving people withdrawals and stuff, but I have to get some rest because I have to be on a live. Well, not have to be. I get to be on a live with Lauren is in the kitchen with Amy and Lauren, 9:00 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Are you doing that on
Every
tomorrow?
Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yes, every Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time is in the kitchen with Amy and Lauren. And
I'll
then, of
share
course, I
y'all.
still have my 5:00 Central Standard Time live.
Mhm.
So,
But
yep.
All right. I share y'all's out
You're
on
not
my
in the
community posts, so they all
No,
know.
I'm not in the kitchen yet.
Good night, Angie.
Good night, everybody. Thank you
Good night,
guys
Angie.
for coming up on panel.
Good night,
Like I
Evelyn.
said,
I'm glad y'all got to see me.
rest of the week.
Good night, Angie.
Good night,
All right,
Evelyn,
everyone.
take care.
Toad.
I look forward
Good
to
night,
chatting with you more.
Tony.
All right.
I think I'm Chris. I think I'm subscribed to your channel. I'll have to go check and make sure.
I think you are, but I can't. You know, it doesn't tell you. But anyway,
Yeah.
good night, Mod Mother.
Good night, Chris.
Good
Good night,
night.
everyone.
Good night,
Thank
Chris.
you.
Good
Good night,
night,
Chris and
Amy. Good
Amy.
night,
Night.
Thank
Jane.
you.
Good night, everybody in chat. Good night, John Boy. Good night,
Good night,
Trey.
John Boy. Yeah,
Right.
good night, Trey. If you're awake still.
You went to sleep a while ago.
Right. Bye, y'all.
You hang
Night.
up.